Hey guys, how's it going tonight? I'm sorry I didn't do the live earlier as I planned to, but I got sidetracked and got busy doing other things. Anyway, tonight's live is in tribute to the family of Shanann, Bella, Cece, and Nico. We all know that he was a baby, so I don't have to go baby Nico. Please be aware that there might be some triggers throughout this live. I might be joined by a few people on panel to want to put their tribute out there for the Rusek family and the Watts. Well, I'll say the Watts and Rusek family. My thoughts with you all in this tragedy, considering it happened 4 years ago, guys. Can you believe that? And there are still people trying to get to the bottom of what actually happened. Live is dedicated to them. I won't be playing music or sharing videos unless someone comes up on panel and wishes for me to share the video. But no copyright is intended during this live. Hello to the two people that are listening in the background. I much appreciate you guys being here. Thank you. But like I said, so there might be, hey Penny and hey Kelly, how you going? But like I said, tonight is a dedication for the 4 years since they've been gone, and today is being the 13th of August here in Australia. It is my time to put a few ideas out there that I want to be able to say, hey, Belle, how you doing, Dale? I just want to be able just to have this as an open panel, open discussion tonight where people can voice what they're thinking. If they don't want to do it anywhere else, they know they have it. I'm not saying that you don't, but if you want to be able to say it here, you can, but please be respectful of both sides of the family, because at the end of the day, today marks 4 years since they lost their precious Shanann, Cece, Bella, and unborn Nico. So please keep that in mind if you do wish to pop up on panel. Hey Gina, how you doing, darling? I just want everyone also to know in the beginning of the live that I've got 2 weeks exactly, so to speak, to raise funds for my shed. So if you can help me get the funds for that, it's $200 that I need, because they're offering me a really substantial discount. I can put in the rest if you guys can help me reach the $200 mark. I'll try my hardest not to mention it much throughout this live, because this is not what this live is about. So in the meantime, I'm going to do a 30-second break. I'm going to start doing this now, myself for the rest of that hoo-ha, and then do the countdown after I've welcomed everybody and everything like that. So stick around for tonight's special. It's not very often, as you all know, that I talk about the Watts case, but this time when it comes up to their anniversaries or birthdays or something like that, it makes a bit of a difference. But I'll talk about it on other channels just as much as I can. But as I said, stick around and I'll be right back. Welcome back. Yeah, it's been 4 years since the family, beautiful family, was forever changed. There are still a lot, and I mean a lot, and I admire the people that are still discussing this case to this day. I admire the fact that you've been able to withstand a lot of shit that people put out there, and the fact that you've been able to see through the bullshit and actually determine what you think and what you believe, and having the bravery to put your theories out there. I admire that, because there are a lot of people out there who are doing the Watts case still for money. I'm not. I see it as that, I put my PayPal in my description on every live, but I don't wish to make money on the death of a family member or a whole family outside of the father. Like I said, if you wish to donate tonight, that's purely up to you. Just know that it's going towards my shed. But like I said, I won't sit on my own panel and discuss this case at length. I'm not reading chat at the moment, guys, so I'm sorry if you feel ignored, but I'm not. Just need to get this out. I was once advised by a creator that if I wanted to make money on YouTube, keep talking about the Chris Watts case. And from that moment on, I talked about it a bit more. And then I thought to myself, if anyone's donating as I'm doing this, I don't want them to think I'm trying to make money off a dead family that's passed. I don't want that. I want people to donate because they like my content, they like me, or they like my channel. And that's what I keep on thinking when I do go live now. I think to myself, if I get donations through the live, then they like me. They really like me. But, you know, who knows? But better start reading chat. How we going? Sorry. Yes, I agree, and like that's why I admire everyone that continues to talk about the Watts case, but there is one particular creator that I think is, I don't know how to put it, so I'll just leave that as is. But I admire the ladies out there that are actually putting themselves in the limelight, so to speak, to be able to continue with this case, knowing that a woman and her children were brutally killed. You know, I admire the ladies that are touching on this case more than the men, because at the end of the day, there are men out there that, you know, don't know what it feels like to be a victim of any kind of domestic violence that comes from a man. So for the women out there, if you watch this or you get told about this, just know that I applaud you from, hang on, I applaud you all the way from Australia because of the fact that you have the bravery to be able to touch on this case, and you're sensitive enough to know that there are certain things that shouldn't be discussed. And I admire the fact that you're able to, from say day dot, touch on this case and 4 years later still be discussing it and still hold the respect for the other women that are listening to actually say, instead of saying, like for me, I call Nicole Kessinger camel toe because I try and make people look at this case that could potentially be triggered, but I also have, like, you know, Pissy Pants Chris and Whingy Cindy. You know, I only have those names so then people can enjoy watching when I used to talk about it, because of the fact that I'm not experienced in discussing true crime. I know when what I want to say, but then it all gets jumbled around in my head. So for the women out there who actually still talk about this case, thank you. And I admire, hey, reality, I actually admire everybody. So can we put in purple hearts for Shanann, Bella, and blue hearts for baby Nico, please? As a tribute. I can't play videos, so I can't create a video, you know. Oh, thank you, Penny. I just want people to know, and the women that are discussing this case, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I, like I said, I applaud you from all the way here in Australia, all the way from down under. That you are all incredible to be able to show bravery and, you know, courage to be able to still discuss it. So thanks, reality. I thank you all so much for being able to do that, because there are not many people out there who can keep a level head. Like, there's one creator, and I hope she doesn't get mad at me for saying her channel name. What's the Obsession and Mia, both ladies are so, and Curious Rose, they're all so incredible when they discuss this case, because, and I can be probably way out of line for saying this, they probably read what they read and all they want to do is break, but they don't. They show professionalism, and I thank those ladies for doing that, because this is a fucked up case. This is a fucked up case. And like I said, for all the women out there that, you know, like I said, you know, What's the Obsession and Mia and Curious Rose and Aussie True Crime and all those other people that discuss this that are on the women's side of the gender, I thank you so much for showing enough respect for the people in your chats that if they could potentially be triggered, you know, you articulate words that can be a different word for that. So thank you so much, because it is a very triggering case, like I said, for a lot of people, whether it's something else. You know, I want those people to understand that I admire them for that. People that do, you know, talk about it still. You know, I thank you all so much. Hey, Kelly. Thank you. And thank you all so much for being in here and hearing me yabber on. And considering I didn't plan this live, but that I remembered that I promised a few people that I would do a live on the anniversary when they first went missing. So thank you for sticking around, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it. If there are men in here, I don't know. So, hey, Nosy Nana. I love that name. So thank you all. Yes, I think that yes, you and me both, Penny. I think the fact that I'm sorry if anyone in here is a Nicole Kessinger fan, welcome. But just know that I'm not, because of the fact that I don't know if it's true or not, but the Ruseks are protecting her. Now, for me, I find that absolutely disgusting. And again, I'm sorry if I got my information wrong there. But the thing is, though, at the end of the day, we don't know if she was involved in it. I absolutely can't stand her. Her voice annoys the fuck out of me. Like how when she rings and she leaves that childlike fucking voice message going, hang on.
Hi, it's me. I miss your face.
Fuck off.
Call me.
Like, how old are you? Seriously. Hey, Belle. I know you're here. I'm not a fan of her at all. She is I just don't want to offend anyone. But if you are a fan of her, great. But you're still welcome here. But just know that, oh, you're in an Uber. Hello, Uber driver. I hope you have your headphones in. But no, but like I said, it just makes me wonder how many people were actually involved in this case. I was imitating NK. Gina, you wrote straight up bat. It's straight up Bell. Autocorrect's a bitch. But no, but like I said, I just find it very, very bizarre. How many sorry, just when you wrote straight up bat, I'm sorry, Bell, but I have to laugh about that. I'm sorry. But no, I just found it very, very interesting. Like, was Jim involved? But she didn't want him to be involved. Were the kids kept somewhere before they were put in the tanks and in the ground? Little things that you've got to look at over the 4 years. What is one thing, apart from Chris being in jail, what is the one thing that's remained consistent throughout the 4 years? Apart from Chris being in jail and Shanann, Bella, Cece, and Nico being gone, can anyone think what is one thing that has remained consistent? Can anyone think of it? Okay, well, from what I can tell, one thing that's remained consistent since this case broke and since you know, everything like that, it makes me wonder, with everything that's remained consistent, is the fact that Chris claims he killed Shanann. That is the one thing I've noticed that has remained consistent. Woo, my phone's going psycho. Sorry. That too, Penny. The fact that NK or Camel Toe is still walking free, and her interviews are so inconsistent. She reckons she didn't speak to Chris at all on Monday, but then in an interview, she backs back and goes, "Oh no, I didn't. I didn't speak to him until after I finished work." Yeah, but isn't the Ruseks protecting her in some way? Can someone verify that for me? Because how come? Now, I'm not saying I will, because I won't. The one thing that's also remained consistent, though, is that they never reinvestigated her. They never re-interviewed her. They never, as far as I know, they never re-interviewed anyone but Chris. You know, like Chris is the only one that got interviewed more than once. And how is it that Chris was also the only one that got put on a lie detector test? Camel Toe wasn't put on there. Troy the Toy wasn't. As far as we know, Jim was never interviewed, or it's never been released that he was interviewed, or his details of his interview. She told to leave Jim alone, not leave Jim alone, you know, and he got left alone. What gave her the right to be able to dictate the interviews? Hey, Bubsy. Hey, Dunda. Hello to everyone that's in here. I'm sorry I haven't said hello to each and every one of you individually. I'm very sorry for that. But please, I should have said this in the beginning. Please, if you're going to address me in chat at all, please write in capitals. And I need to start putting that in my description as well, along with what it's about. And like I said, there might be a few triggers tonight. There might not be, but it's good to put the trigger alert just in case, because a lot of the YouTube's very strict these days. And like I said, I want people to be able to speak freely. Don't be sorry, Bubsy. It's all good, dog. You're here now, so it's all good. I want people to feel free to be open and honest in here. I don't want people to feel intimidated or afraid. I want people to have not fun. Well, tonight, not. Well, you can have whatever you want when you're in here, but just like I said, if you're going to address me, please write in capitals, so then I can respond to it quicker. Yes, me too, Gina. He gave her an alibi for Sunday. Oh, remember? We went to the museum. Yeah, okay. I need to find someone who can go to that particular museum on the next Father's Day and actually see if it is closed on Sundays. That's what I'd like to know. It's okay, Penny. It's all right. I need to start putting it in my description anyway. Okay, here's a question for you guys in chat off the what's for a second. Who here actually reads the description before entering into my live? Or who reads it during the live? Or who actually put a 1 if you read the the description of the channel, and 2 if you don't bother. It's good to actually know this information, because then I can, if you do read it, then I don't know enough about this case to. Oh, so all I hear is interesting. Oh, thank you, Bubsy. You know, like you read the description, Penny? Cool. Oh, Kelly doesn't read the description. Gina reads it. All right, I'm going to do something that I said I probably wouldn't do, but I'll do it anyway, because, you know, it's good to have company up here. It's very hard to remember how to do all this shit, especially this is also why I'm glad I go through my phone, because I'll be an absolute fucking nightmare. Oh, thank you, Reality. That's really sweet. If anyone wants to join me on panel, the link is in the description, in the chat now. I don't know. I can't remember how many people you can have up here on basic StreamYard, but everyone is welcome as long as you be respectful. But, you know, if I don't want you up here, that's simple. I just don't bring you up on panel. That's easy. But yeah, please feel free to join me if you want to. Oh, okay, Kelly. No worries, doll. Okay, so the reason I'm asking that question is, and I'm not saying it to sound dramatic or anything, is because of the fact that if I happen to mention my PayPal, I don't want people getting mad at me for it, because of the fact that we read it in the description, Tammy. But just all know that I have 2 weeks to get my shed and I only need $200. So please help me with that so I can go to Bunnings hopefully tomorrow. I have enough saved to put the other bit of money towards it, but I only need 200. So if you guys can help me, that would be incredible. But if you can't, it's fine. But I'm very thankful to all 11 of you that are in here at the moment. Thank you. Even the people that are watching in the background. All right, as I'm talking until someone decides to come up, please feel free to. The StreamYard link is in the chat. You just remember, if you don't want people knowing who you are, that's fine. You can change your name before you come up on panel. If you don't want people to see your picture, because then they'll recognize who you are, please feel free to change it as well, and you can. And as far as I'm aware, that you can then, when you pop back down into chat, you are who you are when you who you were before you came up, so it's all good. Yeah, but like I said, it's welcome back, Belle. But like I said, it's very frustrating because it's like Alice in Wonderland. You can go down the rabbit hole and then you end up in, different parts of the case. You can, like, I've always tried my best not to read the discovery and go by what other people say. And well, I listen to what people say. And when they show the videos and stuff like that, as bad as my eyes are, I try my hardest to form my own opinion. And that's also between us guys here and the ones that watch this on replay. I've always wanted people to feel free to voice their own opinion about this case. Like, I reckon this case is 110% fucked up. And I'm sorry if you take offense to swearing, anyone in chat, but those have been here before know that I love to swear. So part of who I am. Tammy the Swearer, live. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at what I'm talking about. But like I said, I just want people to, so like I said, I mentioned my I mentioned my PayPal because, like I've just seen now, not many people read the description. And I understand that. So that's why I mention it. And I don't mention it to try and guilt anyone into donating. I try my hardest not to do that shit. But what I do is I do mention it because there are people who don't read the description, and that's why it's mentioned. So, I'm sorry if anyone gets upset with that. I think you told me that once before, Bubsy. I'm sorry, just reading chat, guys. I'm not ignoring anyone. Yes, we don't judge in here, Bubsy. Well, I don't allow people to as much as I can, like getting pulled in so many different directions, misled this way, misled that way, it just gets harder and harder to be able to keep track. So I see it as that everyone that turns up on my show, whether they're on panel or they stay in chat, I want people to be able to, have freedom of speech. But it's hard when, cases like this or other things in life, you get misled. And then people assume you're talking about them or something they've done. And it's like, I don't know, I'm being misled this way, I'm being misled this way. It's just annoying. Exactly right, Belle. I try my hardest to be as positive as I can. And sometimes when things are getting a bit hard, I do. No worries, reality. It comes down to that sometimes I don't. Give me one sec, guys. Oh, cool. Yep. All right. No, hang on. This is really. Oh, yep. Okay. Guys, I shall be back in just a sec. I've quickly got to do something, so bear with me. You might be able to still hear me. I don't know. So I'll keep rambling and rambling and carrying on, hoping you can hear me. I don't know. So give me one sec. Give me a sec, guys. I've got to quickly work something out if I can find it. Awesome. All done and dusted, so to speak. I hope that worked. Can you guys still hear me? Okay, let me know if you can hear me. Yes, I do believe that NK had more to do with the case than people want to believe. Oh, you can? Awesome. Because my thing has just frozen on me. Give me a sec, guys. I'm just going to... No, you can hear me, so it's all right. I don't need to worry about that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Kelly is now a mod, guys, so please be respectful. And, okay, actually, better yet, be respectful of everyone in chat, whether they have a wrench or not. Yeah, I just think that the fact that she just... Okay, this is something I don't get when it comes to Camel Toe, aka Nicole Catherine. How is it she destroyed her SIM card, right? But yet that was never seen as suspicious. How was it not seen as suspicious? You just you destroy your SIM card. Fuck knows how, but you destroyed your SIM card. Then you get a replacement SIM card, but you claim you destroyed the SIM card because you wanted Chris to leave you alone. Okay, fair enough. But then you go buy a SIM card with the exact same fucking phone number. Like, you're a fucking idiot. You know? Like, seriously, who does that? Who honestly, like for me, if I wanted someone to leave me alone, smartphones have this feature where you can actually block numbers from being able to call you or being able to text you. Thanks, Kelly. You know, like who does that? Seriously, guys, think about it. Who honestly goes and gets and destroys a SIM card only to replace it because they say, I wanted someone to leave me alone. So I, I destroyed that SIM card, but hang on, I went out and got a replacement SIM card with the exact same phone number. Fucking idiot. Sorry, guys. Did you want one, Belle? Belle, did you want a wrench, my darling? Hang on. I can do that. Give me a sec. Okay. Kitty Witty, did you want one while I'm here? Okay, Kitty Witty, if you don't want it, that's fine. I'm just going to add you as a mod as well. Who else is in here who doesn't have one? Oh, look at that. This is going to be everyone that's going to be in here is going to have a wrench. Yay, you got one already, Bill. All right, I'm back. So Kitty Witty has a wrench, and Belle now has a wrench, and Kelly Bain, aka Kelly Fibro Forum. Guys, I've looked into her channel just before I go on more about the What's Case. She talks about invisible illnesses, guys, and she's very well spoken. And if she can come up here and talk about what her channel is all about. And I would actually love that. If anyone else has a channel and wishes to come up here and discuss what it's about, and then drop your own link, feel free to. I am fine with that. I don't mind. I'm happy. Exactly. I find that, hang on, I'll do it again just in case it's gone by. Because sometimes, even though you don't have many people in chat, it can actually go through pretty quickly. And sometimes you can, hang on, did that even go through? I don't know. Oh, there it is. So, yeah, if anyone wants to come up here, advertise their own channel, feel free to. I'm more than happy for you to do that. Tonight is about the 4-year anniversary since Shanann, Bella, Cece, and Nico were taken. And were taken from this world. That's just it. We don't know if they were actually, how can I put it? Their lives were ended on the 13th. So I'm going to say they were taken on the 13th. So, and here comes the rain again. No, I don't know the rest of those words. But here comes the rain again anyway. So yeah, like I said, if anyone wants to come up on panel, please feel free. Just remember to keep it respectful. If you're going to talk about the What's with me, you need to keep it respectful on both sides of the family because God, fuck, I don't really want my channel taken down by either family because of the fact that, we're being disrespectful. All right, I'm going to have Kelly up here in a little while, guys. So please be respectful in that when she is up here. And, thank you, Belle. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, no worries, Dove. But like I said, I just want people to know that anyone is welcome. And it's just really, really sad that it's been 4 years and I still don't believe justice has been done correctly or appropriately. I don't think the like I said, the fact that Nicole Kessinger was able to get away with saying she hadn't spoken to Chris, but then she said she spoke to him, and then destroys a bloody SIM card. And then the way she just, I can't bring up the footage, guys, because I don't know how to do that on my phone. But there's footage when she's talking and she's wearing that black horrible jumper, and she's talking about how they were so little, and she puts her hands side by side, and it's basically the size of the opening of the tank. And then she puts her hand to the side, and she's shaking about saying how little they were. She basically describes the height of, I think it was, which was the little one? That was Bella, I think. Yeah, she demonstrates roughly how high or the height of one of them as well. And it's just heartbreaking to think that, 4 years, they could have, Chris could have just filed for a divorce and walked away, and basically, but at the same time, he would have had to pay child maintenance. But it's a small price to pay when you think about, like, I personally don't know how long you have to pay spousal support or child support over in the States. I don't know how long that is over here in Australia. Excuse me. You don't pay spousal support after you divorce. You do a settlement and then that's it. And then you pay child support if children are involved. You pay them that until they turn 18. So if anyone knows what it is in America, please keep me posted, because I don't know what it was. Yeah, when she said Shanann the way she did, I found that very condescending. Yeah, exactly right there, Kitty Witty. She did that. And it's quite disgusting at the fact that there was sort of like a bruising on Shanann's neck that indicated it was the width of a female thumb, yet that wasn't investigated. Like, lots of creators, and I've got nothing against any of them, but a lot of people are still focusing on the fact that NK's fucking phone pinged in the near Shanann's home, and yet you hear that it pinged there. But has anybody done the research? I can't remember if anyone has done the research after that. Where did her phone ping next, and at what time? Because you're so quick. Like, I could say, oh, my phone pinged in Graceland, and then it didn't, and then just leave it at that, and not say, oh, but then again, hang on, then about 2-3 hours later it pinged and I was in Memphis Hard Rock Cafe, if there is one there. I don't know, I've never been there, but you know what I mean though. Like, people are so focusing on the phone, that the fact the phone pinged in the morning of these tragedies, but they don't bother researching where it pinged afterwards. The fact that Nicole Atkinson, who was Shanann's mother's friend and Shanann's friend, she says, oh, I drove her home, but yet she wasn't eating and she wasn't drinking, she wasn't doing this over the weekend because she wasn't well. The fact that why wouldn't you then be adamant to help her to the door with her bag? Regardless of how stubborn Shanann was, I'm sorry, but why didn't you help her to the door? And how come there's footage of Nicole's car reversing when Chris demonstrated that it only goes like just outside the door, 2-3 steps, and you're still on the veranda? It showed that Shanann arriving home, and she was halfway down the fucking driveway. And how is it that the camera from Nate's home, and he goes, oh, normally he takes a drink bottle and his laptop bag to work, and that's it. But this particular morning, he took this and he took this and he took this, and then he's over here explaining more than once, what he took to work. And then he fucking, it's like, stalker munch. Like, how close are you watching that family to know what Chris takes to work? Why is your camera able to see Chris going to and from his truck, but you've got no footage of Shanann arriving home that morning? But you supposedly have footage of Nicole Atkinson's car leaving, but you got no footage of Shanann walking up the driveway. Help me understand that. Yes, nosy Nate the stalker, the neighbor who knew too much but didn't see anything. It's just for me, it's very bizarre how he, like I said, he was able to pick up Chris walking to him back and forth, in between, like, that most hated, apart from the presidents, the most hated Bush in America that did that. But at the same time, he has no footage of Shanann walking up to the door, but he has footage of Nicole Atkinson's car reversing out. If someone can explain to me how you can have footage of a car reversing, but no footage of one of the victims walking up and walking past where that gap is, you've got no footage of Shanann arriving home. So the question is, did Shanann arrive home or not? Why didn't NA help her? And you know what? I'm going to call Cameltoe, so that I can, and then NA, I'm going to just call her Nicole. How come Nicole didn't help her to the door with her bag when she was telling the cops how she wasn't well all weekend and we basically had to force her to eat? Now, I'm sorry, and if this makes me sound bitchy, but okay, Bubsy, are you asking me that? Because okay, as I'm doing this, guys, if you're going to address a question to me, feel free and I'll answer them, but please write them in capitals. All right? Because I can't, and that way I know you're talking about me, talking to me. Sorry. So if you do have a question, please write in capitals. And mods, you're all mods, but if there's other people coming in, please remind them to write in capitals if they have a question for me, because then that way I can read it easier than I can in lowercase, because capitals are obviously bigger. It's okay, Bubsy. You don't need to be sorry, honey. It's all good, doll. So any questions, please feel free. And I'll just keep rambling on like I do. But how is it, like I said, the fact that Nosy Nate got footage of Chris walking back and forth, but no footage of Shanann walking past that bush part where there's that little gap where there's nothing of that. There's no footage of Shanann walking up the driveway, but yet Chris demonstrates standing on the edge of the veranda. He says the doorbell camera picks up footage from here to here. But yet that morning of, what activated the doorbell camera footage that, in my opinion, only works if you push the doorbell button, doesn't work before that. So what camera was that had footage of quote unquote Shanann walking to the door? Was that from that morning? And I'm going to go with no. I'm sorry, but it's not. I don't believe it is. No one saw, or no one's come forward and said, yeah, we saw Shanann at the carousel to try and pick up her luggage. Oh, we saw Shanann on the plane. We saw Shanann at a restaurant. We saw Shanann here. We saw Shanann there. If you just like 5 minutes of fucking fame, wouldn't you want to be able to come forward and say that? Please, if you have, yep, thank you. Straight up, Belle. Thanks, darling. There's just there's no footage of Shanann anywhere. And if I'm feeling unwell, I'm not going to be there smiling in a fucking picture. I'm sorry, but I'm not. And like I said, how do we know that picture of all of them sitting around the table and eating, where Shanann looked, to me, she looked fine. How do we know that was from that trip away? How do we honestly know? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Shanann probably, how do we know that Shanann didn't just put her SIM card into another phone, her phone, like send her phone with NA or Nicole to wherever the fuck she went that time, Orlando or whatever it was, send her phone there with her, right? And then had a burner phone as she was replying to Chris. But her phone says that she was over there. Did anyone check those records to see where Shanann's phone was while she was meant to be away that weekend? We don't know, because it was awfully quick to get from the airport to her home that morning. And like I said, I could be wrong about what I'm assuming here. Everything I'm saying is just by what I'm thinking. It doesn't mean any of it's true. It doesn't mean it's fact. It doesn't mean you're going to find it in a discovery, because as I said, that discovery has been so many times pulled apart and then pieced back together and crucial shit left out of it. It's unreal. Like, I don't know of any other case, like with the JonBenét case. As far as I'm aware, there was one discovery, nothing redacted, or anything. I don't know if that is true or not, but this case is only 4 years old, and yet it's been redone too many times to count. I can't keep up with it, and I normally keep up with a lot of stuff, but I think it's been redacted and stuff like that. Well, but that's just it. It's never been made public, Bubsy. Oh, night, Belle. You go to bed so early, darling. That's all right, Belle. Sweet dreams, honey, and yeah.
Sweet dreams.
I just want everyone to be happy, happy, happy. Okay, it's only 9:45 here. I'll be going for a little while yet, so if you change your mind, um, oh, thank you, Belle. That's very kind of you, honey. Thank you. Ooh, I think I may have my first guest. I do, guys. It's going to be Kelly, so please be respectful, and if not, please just don't be disrespectful. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Still in shock that it's been 4 years since they went. You don't have to put your smoke out. You can smoke on my panel. It's fine.
Okay. No, I just don't want it in my face either.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're going to stay, Belle. That's good. So what's been happening?
Oh, not too much. I was dealing with a migraine yesterday.
You're what? Sorry?
I said I was dealing with a migraine yesterday.
Oh, migraines suck.
Yeah, I have
I hate
chronic
them.
migraines.
I'm sorry to hear that, though. Do you get the
It's,
migraines where if you look at even anything light, it's like, oh,
yep, that's how I was yesterday. Sick to my
yeah.
stomach and everything.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm glad are you feeling like much better today? Clearly, maybe?
A little bit. I mean, my head still hurts, but it's not a
Okay.
migraine.
I'll
So,
Oh, okay. I'll talk quieter.
no, it's fine. I take 3 prescriptions. I take magnesium, but I ran out of that, which I think is part of the reason why I got a migraine. And then
Yep.
I was on an injection every month, and then they changed it to a new medication that just came out that you take on a nightly basis, which seems to be helping for the most part. But I have to go to the store this morning or the pharmacy and get my magnesium because I take 2,000 milligrams a day, which helps with
Shit.
the migraines.
Yeah.
But I ran out of it last weekend, so
Um, Make
and
sure you put a reminder if you. How many come in does it come in like a bottle or a packet?
it comes in a big bottle. But
Mm.
that it comes in, I think, 200 pills a day. So normally I buy like 2 or 3 bottles at a time because I go
Yep.
through it so fast.
Yep.
Um, but lately, with me working full time and I work from home, I haven't made it out. I don't get out of the house much,
Neither do
but I
I. I
have
just.
to go. I have to
Well,
leave the house and go get it.
can't they bring it to you?
Um,
I'm not saying that to sound disrespectful. I know it's good to get out of the
no,
house
I
now and again, but
understand that. I don't know. Oh, I mean, they probably could if they had it in stock because it's
yeah.
over the counter. But I want to go in and see what they got. They got good. It's just going to Walgreens here. It's one of the bigger retail pharmacies.
I
I
love
like to
hearing
see
what
what
other
it.
people call their stores.
Well, there's a Walgreens, there's a CVS, and then we have
CVS. What's that for?
yeah, and then we have some mom and pop locally owned ones.
Oh,
So
cool.
the CVS and the Walgreens, they have like seasonal items for sale and stuff. I like to see what they have.
Oh, well, as long as it gets you out of the house and stuff like that, that's really cool.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
care. Just
if you are,
what?
if you're comfortable with it, would you like to talk about your channel and what it's all about? Because unless you want to talk
Sure.
Chris Watts with me, all right, I'll let you
Yeah,
do
no,
that, and I'll
I'm
sit
not.
here and I'll listen up.
Not the Chris Watts. Yeah, no, my channel, it first started because I have fibromyalgia really bad. So
Yep.
originally it was going to be talking about the fibromyalgia and bringing awareness to that because it needs a lot of awareness. But then I was like, you know what? No, there's a lot of in, invisible illnesses that need attention and need more awareness brought to it. And that's
Yep.
when I was like, just make it about all invisible illnesses. But at that point, I couldn't change the name because I didn't want to. I mean, I could
Yep.
now, but I mean, and that can go from anxiety, depression, you know, whatever, anything like the chronic migraines, anything like that. That anything that we suffer from that you can't see.
Yep.
That,
And that's really brave of you to do that.
but the hard thing is I don't have a lot of videos up because I can only sit there and say so much. The intent for my
Yep.
channel was to get people up on panel and talk about their journey, what their invisible illness is and how it has affected their life, or if somebody in their family has had it or whatever it may be, and
Hmm.
how it has affected them growing up. I want to talk to my son one of these days and see if I could get him to come on and explain how it's affected him growing up because
Yep.
I was bedridden before I was diagnosed, and he was 3 years old when I was bedridden. So
Shame.
he's had a tough childhood.
But I'm
But
pretty sure he never missed out on knowing that he was loved.
yes, I mean, I once I got diagnosed and they started putting me on different medications, like I'm on Lyrica, Cymbalta. I'm on a lot of different medications just to be able to get me to walk and move my arms, or else I wouldn't be able to if I wasn't on Lyrica and Cymbalta. Because
Bubsy just wrote her
Lyrica,
son has it.
I'm weird. Lyrica works for one part of my body and Cymbalta works for the other part. I can't have one medication that works for the whole thing.
That's fucked.
Yeah, that's how I am. But that's how that's what my channel is for, and I just want to be able to get people's stories out there. And everybody says, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do it," but when it comes time to say, "Okay, well, let's talk about it," they back out.
Yeah, well, I've already offered you to say I'll be up there to talk about a few things when you're ready for it. You just have to
Yes.
inbox me and let me know, and regardless of the time, I'll be there. Because
Okay.
talking
Yeah.
about invisible illnesses, like people think that I should, like with my carpal tunnel, people go wear pressure gloves. My doctor last week, when I told him, I think it was last week, when I went to go see him, he put bandages around both my hands as tight as the pressure gloves would be, and my whole hands went blue, and
Yeah.
the pits of my fingers were all tingling. I'm like, get them off. And he goes,
Mm-hmm.
but this is what pressure gloves are all about. I'm like, I don't care, get them off.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
my hands were like, people don't understand, like with carpal tunnel, you can have a mild case where you can still do the basics of things every day, but there's things where I can't even pick up a lighter. There's times
Right.
where I can't even grip a knife to cut up stuff, so I don't eat. There's
Right.
times and it gets me depressed. So then when my carpal tunnel eases a little bit, I'm depressed because I wasn't able to do anything. And then even though I'm not literally bedridden, I feel as though that's the only place I can be and do some use, which is sleep.
Right.
And
Exactly. Because it keeps the pain away
my
while
doctor.
you're sleeping.
Exactly. And lots of people think, oh, you sleep the day away, you're wasting your life. And it's like, well, would you rather me sit up and complain about it? Or with my scar tissue on my eyes, that's like an invisible illness because people don't, it's not like a scar. If you cut your leg or something, after
Right.
it's healed, there's a scar to prove it. Whereas with scar tissue on the eyes, vision for me is very difficult to see. So that's why I ask people to write in capitals, because they're somewhat like I can look at the screen and see it
Right.
easier than I can by just staring at the screen. And, you know, it
Exactly.
sucks because if they think, oh, unless you're, you know, you're walking with a walking stick or a walking frame, or you're in a wheelchair, or you, you know, anything like that, unless it's a visible illness or a visible issue that you have with yourself and stuff, people go, oh, well, then you don't have anything wrong with you. Like, I laugh and I joke when I'm here. Yes, I
Right.
do, and I do with friends. But behind the scenes, like I spoke to Van the other night on the phone, and after I got off the phone to her, I was in tears because it was like, you
Yeah.
know, I hadn't spoken to her like that for ages. And I was just like, how lucky I am to have such an amazing group of people that do tune in to my channel. And it does make me emotional because it's like I have at times caused a scene on YouTube, and I've been friends with people I shouldn't have been friends with. And it comes down to, it makes me sad to think I didn't protect those people. So then my depression gets bad, and you
Yeah.
can go through so much. Like, I was a victim of domestic violence and stuff, and I was brought up thinking I was no good. And even though that's not like a mental issue, it does affect you mentally because
Yes, it does.
you don't know how the next day is going to be. Like, I grew up with an abusive father. Every day
I
I was
did
basically
too.
told bad things about myself.
Well, I grew up with an abusive stepfather where he physically took it out on me.
Yeah.
So I
And
get it.
yeah, and it's fucked because like I grew up never having any friends that were around my age. So now that I've got friends around my age bracket, it's like I don't know how to treat them like they deserve to be treated by me. So when, but the thing is though, the moment this is what's weird with me, the moment someone says I'm one of their best friends, I shut down
Yeah.
because then I
Because
feel as
yeah.
though that's a level I have to continue reaching to be
Yeah.
accepted by them. Whereas if I'm
Right.
on their friend, if I fuck up, it's okay. But when someone goes, oh, I consider you like a sister, I'm like, fuck, okay. And then, like, because my sister was a horrible bitch growing up as well. So, you know, I don't know how to be what people want me to be apart from myself. And I fuck up a lot.
Right. Yeah, me too. Hold on one quick second.
Yeah, that's good. It's got great
Want to
people.
get
Hey,
ready
Van,
now?
how you doing, darling? Hey, TJ. Hello
4:50.
to all the
All
newbies.
right. All right. Give me 1 second.
Wow, your house is huge. Outside.
You ain't kidding me. I miss my small house.
Yeah.
Well, we were living in, originally our house was 1,100 square feet. It was just a
Wow.
ranch, and we had to sell it to move back in with my mother-in-law because I had to put my father-in-law into a nursing home
Oh,
because
yes.
he was not well. He
Yep.
kept falling and everything, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't keep coming over and picking him up myself, and my son could only handle doing it so much.
Yep.
And then my father-in-law passed away. My mother-in-law's dementia got worse, and my mother-in-law passed away 8 months after he passed away.
I'm sorry
I'm
for both losses.
thankful. I'm thankful I have a house to live in, but this house is at least twice the size, if not more, than what my house was. It is
Yeah. Who
so
needs a
hard to
gym?
keep up
Let's go
with.
there.
Oh, I'm telling you, it is so hard to keep up with. It
Hey,
really, truly
Natasha.
is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's real wood beams.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
don't get me wrong. I'm very thankful. I love this house. I
Yeah.
really, I'm very thankful and grateful.
Yep.
But again, I, it's too much to keep up with.
Yeah, as it would be. Far out.
But, I
How old?
mean, the
I was
house
going to say.
is over, it's about 60, 65 years old. Well, let me rephrase it. Parts of the house are 60 years old and some are less, because this house actually started out as a one-room shack from over
Wow.
100 years ago. Love you. Don't forget to sign it, buddy. Okay. All right. Have a good day. I'll see you when you get home. Sorry, he's got to go to work.
That's all right. Don't need to apologise. Far out. And
No,
thank you
I
to who
just
just
feel bad
donated,
for.
by the way. Thank you.
Huh?
Sorry, someone just donated to me, and I'm just saying thank you to
Oh,
them.
good. Nice. That's good. I'm glad.
Very generous.
Yes. Anybody who's able to help and with anybody's
Yeah,
GoFundMe, PayPal, whatever. It's very generous that they're able to do it, especially now.
exactly. Like the thing I find most incredible though is that people that could be like I always say to people, don't do it if you got like no disrespect to you when I say this.
Mhm.
If you were going to, I would say no, spend whatever you're going to donate and put that towards more of those over the counter tablets that you can get. Please do that. I'd rather you have enough there to see you through longer than to
Oh,
get
yeah.
any money. So I'm not the kind of person who does like, GoFundMe's because someone goes, oh, if you need money towards your shed, why don't you just do a GoFundMe? And I'm like, well, for starters, no. And they're like,
Right.
well, why not? And I said, well, this is going to make me sound like such a bitch saying this. I said, I'd rather just keep my PayPal. And that's the same when I get the 1,000 subscribers. If I get that far, is that I'm not going to do the membership. I decided dead against that. And I'm not going to do super chats and super stickers because for me, that is just like people are going to feel obligated. And I don't want people, so for example, I don't know how much, excuse me, I don't know how much a loaf of bread over there is, but our cheapest loaf is like $1.70. And I would rather know that people can say, go buy a loaf of bread with that money than
Yeah.
pay a monthly membership to think that, okay, I have to send my kid to school for the next few days, that Tammy's membership's due for renewal. What am I going to do? Do I buy the loaf of bread so my kid has a sandwich to go to school with, or pay Tammy's membership? I would rather know that they're buying that loaf of bread so they can have their kids have toast in the morning or have a sandwich to go to school with. You know what I mean? And there's people out there that charge so much money for that sort of stuff, and
Right.
I'm not going to be doing that
Well,
because it's just
but
for me. I don't want to be a scab, and plus, it's not worth it.
no, and I understand that, but you know what though? Like the
What's that, though?
lowest levels though, people wouldn't be signing up if they couldn't afford that $2, $3 a month.
Yeah, I rather go to my PayPal than that way it's a once off and they're not going to be like struggling the following month if it comes to
Mm.
that. So, but that's just me, and a lot of people think I'm stupid for that, but I really don't care what people think of me because I'm
No,
me.
it's
And
that's your option. It's your
mm,
prerogative.
exactly. And at the end of the day, everyone that's in my chat is important to me, and I rather them all know that, oh, this person's now a member, and yet I've been with Tammy since day one. I'm going to have to do that. No, you're not, because it's not going to be an option.
Right.
Like people do think I should do it. And if I get up to 2,000, I'll think about it, but I'm not in a hurry to make people feel like they're more superior than this person, or this person's a full member and that would be, say, $6 a month. No effing way
Right.
am I going to be doing that. So,
Yeah.
nah.
No,
Everyone
I
that wants a
understand
wrench
that.
gets a wrench, and I'd rather people feel protected. And I want this channel, I don't want it to change who I am.
Correct.
And that's something that does scare me, that if I start doing that, I get an income from, you think about it, you do a super chat worth, say, $30 to get your comment in lights. Like, I try my best to keep on top of every single person that comments. So
It's
I
hard.
make sure, I welcome
Yeah.
everybody. And I'm not sure if you saw the beginning of the live. I've changed the way I do things now, where I give a little introduction of what the live's going to be about, and
Hmm.
then if I need a little bit of time to try and find something, I do the 30-second countdown. But if I don't need to do that, then I do the countdown thing that Van created for me,
Okay.
and then
Yep.
that's a 10-second countdown.
I
But I
love
always
Van.
do,
She's
yeah.
great.
She's beautiful. She's got a beautiful, caring heart and a very forgiving heart, and
Yes.
I wish her all the best for her life, and I wish nothing but the best for her and Emu. I just want them both and her kids to be, and his kids to be happy, and I want that for everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want anybody to feel as though that to be part of my chat. Say for example, if I did do membership and you, Van, and Belle all became members, and then you all did super chats and stuff like that. You got to keep in mind at the end of each month, YouTube takes 30% of that
Exactly.
or more. And then if I get an income from that, I then have to start declaring it. And the moment I declare it, my rent then will go up. So I rather it just be through PayPal, and it's a once off, and it's everyone is equal in my chat.
Right.
No one's better than this person. Like Van has an amazing singing voice.
Yes.
I'm not going to
Oh
get
my God,
her
I'm in
until
awe with her voice.
you and me both. There's one song that she sings that I absolutely do love, and it's called Love Will Keep Us Alive.
Yes.
And when she
Yes.
sings that, I always cry. And I think it's amazing how she can do that with just because when she sings that, you just, for me personally, I'm not doing this to be a stalker, Van. I watch her facials, and her facials, it's like with any song that she sings, you can feel and see the emotion on her face as she's singing it.
Yep.
Whereas there was a song that Jessica Simpson sang, and it was called Remember When, and it's all about being in an abusive relationship, and this person that is, saying how she's thinking of going back, and this person saying, remember when he pushed you in the hallway. Jessica Simpson's never been through domestic violence, so for me, I could relate to the song, but I couldn't relate to her because
Right.
she's never experienced that. And it made me
Exactly.
angry to think that a Christian girl like her could possibly sing a song like that and think that she could do it justice. Whereas if, say, Tina Turner sang that song, she
Yeah.
would be able to do it justice because she's been through domestic violence.
Right.
Whereas
Exactly.
you just need a song to fill a space on your album, sing a different song off. So,
Yeah.
Anne, thank you so much for touching everybody's lives that you have with your beautiful angelic voice. I appreciate it very, very much, Dale. So thank
Oh, I
you. And
love
thank you for
listening
being my
to her
best friend.
sing.
I reckon she should try and do an album and then
Wait, is
sell
she
it
in the
on her
chat?
channel.
Because I can't
Yes,
see
she is.
chat. Hi,
Yes, she is.
Van. My lovely Van.
TJ, a work in progress, goes, my superpower is sarcasm. Yes, it is. And
Hi,
not taking,
TJ.
there's a lot of, oh, hey, Ara, sorry, Dale, I didn't see you
Oh
here. I
my
hope you had a
God.
beautiful,
Iris
it was
is
her
here
birthday
too.
the other day.
Miss
So everybody,
Iris.
is Iris there? No, not Iris, Ara. I don't
Oh,
think
I
Iris
thought you
is here.
said Iris.
Nah, Iris isn't in here at the moment. But no, it was just a beautiful, beautiful hearing her sing. And like I said, I've said to her, I'll wait till I see that you're 110% before I invite you up here to sing.
Yeah.
Sounds horrible, but I don't want Van to push herself before she's ready.
Right. I
And
remember you saying that to her.
yeah, and I think I don't know if I pissed her off by saying that, but I'm trying to look out for her because I don't want her straining her voice and then the next day she wakes up and she can't talk.
Well, no, that I understand. But then you also got to think sometimes that singing might just get her through whatever she's going through, too.
Well, when you are ready, Van, please come up and sing that song. I would absolutely be honoured to have you sing on my panel with the song "Love Will Keep Us Alive." I would be absolutely honoured. And I think that like she's someone that, like, I remember when I used to go on a certain channel. I'm not mentioning names,
Mm-hmm.
but I used to go on a certain channel when I used to go up on panel with that Poindexter. I'd look
Yeah.
down in chat and there would be Van. It's Tammy, woohoo! And she, from that
Aw.
moment on, she called me her number. She said she was my number one fan,
Aw.
and then said that no one else can take that position. So I think
That's
that's
sweet.
absolutely beautiful how she called herself that. It's like, okay, cool. I've got a number one fan. And
See,
then I
we
thought,
have, look at, not to distract, but we have the
no,
wood
go for it.
beams in the living room.
Oh my
They're,
god, how do you clean them?
I just go over with a duster. And then
Oh,
they're
wow.
also here in our
Whoa.
dining room. It's
Ah,
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful house. My mother-in-law, like, her style was like the old Victorian.
yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful. My husband's like, I just want you to have nice things. Well, I understand that, but her style and my style are totally different. And he
It's
won't
funny,
let me change some of it.
as you're walking under the beams, it's like, I can imagine they're really tall ceilings, but it's like your head is almost hitting them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, I can touch the beams. Oh
Well,
no,
in the living
they
room,
scare me.
I
Thanks,
I'm
Ari.
only 5'1", but
Yep.
my son and my husband, he's got a duck going through some of the doorways because he's 6'1", and
Oh
my
wow.
son is about 5'8" right now at almost 18 years old.
Shit.
Yeah, and he's not done growing yet.
Oh,
But yeah,
far out. Yeah,
like
I'm a
this
short
is
ass.
like this is my mother-in-law's style.
Oh, that sort of stuff. See, that sort of stuff is awesome. It's so beautiful. Because it
Yeah,
is like, I'm not, hopefully it doesn't, no disrespect, mother-in-law of Kelly, but I find that stuff just so old-fashioned that it's back again,
it
and
is,
it's
and
just,
like this is
it's
how she would do
unique.
the table.
I should preset it. Fuck.
Oh, well, no,
Wow.
that was just decoration. That she would just have it set just to make it look pretty. And she did. She would always make it look very pretty. It's not my cup of tea. Sorry, but it's not. I
No,
just,
I don't like presetting things because it makes me think that if dust gets on them or anything like that, or
yeah,
a
not exactly. Now
spider
I showed
happens
it
to
to you and
crawl across it.
I saw the sun hitting a couple of the plates and now I got to go dust all of that.
Hold that, hold that thought for 1 sec. Bubsy, thank you so much, and I hope you sleep well, sweetheart. Thank you. Holy shit, both of TJ's kids are 6'3". So you
Oh,
and
wow.
I and all the other 5 foot people would have to strain our necks, go, hi.
Well, when we got married, I had to wear platform high heels just so I didn't look so bad with trying to even kiss them during our vows and stuff. I mean, everybody
Oh,
knew I was short, but I didn't want to be that short during the wedding.
yes, I wear over here in Kmart we get they're only like $8 a pair, but you get like these platform looking
Ouch.
sneakers. And
Yeah.
the funny thing is my little brother is taller than me. So when I'm just wearing flat shoes, I go just below his shoulder. But when
Hmm.
I'm wearing those platforms, I'm just on his
All
shoulder, like
right.
up to his shoulder.
Nice.
So it's like, fuck, this is embarrassing in more ways than one.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Believe me.
Um,
You guys have Kmart's there?
yes, we do.
They took all of ours away. They
Oh,
closed them
what?
all down.
I love Kmart.
Me
There was a
too.
time. There was a time though that Kmart. I would refuse to go to Kmart because they were so expensive, and Target over here or Target
Oh,
was
I
the place
forgot.
to shop. But it's now the opposite. Kmart has like for a pair of black leggings, it's like $6-7.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go to Target and try and find the same thing, the cheapest pair of leggings you'll find there would be like $15-20. It's like, no,
Yeah.
thank you.
Target's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Even
But I
here.
thought, yeah, it's bullshit. It's like, why have things so like they have candle melts there which have lemongrass melts, and
Hmm.
I personally I love, and I mean I love the smell of lemongrass. We'll get
Yep.
back to the what stuff in a sec, guys, but the thing is though, you can go to a place over here called the Reject Shop and you can pick up one that has a stronger smell of its lime and lemongrass, I think, and they're like $6 for 6 cubes of it. You
Yep.
go to Target and they're like about $8 for cubes, and it's only like a faint lemongrass smell.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'll go to the reject shop and I'll buy like 2 lots, and then I'll put 2 cubes every time I turn on my wax warmer
Hmm.
or whatever you melt warmer.
Yeah, I
And
know
it's
what you're
just
talking
it's
about.
ridiculous. Yeah, no, I'm just saying because some people might think, why do you use wax warmers when you put wax in there to wax your legs? And oh my god, I'm not looking forward to that whenever I can get it done next.
Nice.
But
Do you
it's
guys
just
have a Walmart there?
no, well, in Adelaide, no.
Well, in Australia?
Uh, Van, do we? Bubsy's gone to bed. Okay, any other Van? Do we have a Walmart anywhere in Australia that you know of, though? I'm asking Van because she's in a different part of Australia than I am. I don't think we do,
Okay. Yeah.
but
See, they took our Kmart's away and gave us Walmart. which is like a Kmart.
Yep.
And I go to Walmart over Target. I can't do Target because they're too expensive for me. I can't fathom paying the prices at Target where I know I could get just about the same exact thing for cheaper at Walmart.
Van just wrote, no, we have Costco, but
Okay, we
it's
got
weird.
Costco here.
Yeah, I find a lot of things like it's interesting. I've got a friend of mine who recently had a fall and she injured herself quite fucking badly. And she goes, "Oh, what do you normally get when you go to Costco?" And I'm like, "Well, I haven't been to Costco for about 3-4 years, but when I do go, I pick up like a big slab of the pork belly, cut it up to size, and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
I'll buy the mozzarella sticks or the chicken meat that you get and all that sort of stuff instead of going to the supermarket and paying a small little fortune. Like I love pickled baby octopus. Some people don't, but I do. And you can pay
Mm-mm.
$15 for like 1.5 kilos at Costco, whereas if you go to Coles mainly Coles, you pay $45 a kilo. So I
Okay.
do this thing when I was a member, I would cross-reference, like, I love the bocconcini balls. Yes, I have balls in my mouth, guys, sometimes. Woohoo. But the thing is, I get those for like $15 for 1.5 or so, or 1 kilo of it for $15 from Costco. And they're nicer and they're creamier. Whereas if I go to the shops, I can pay up to anywhere for, you don't get the big tubs of it.
Yeah.
It's the same with the pickled roasted capsicum that's char grilled or whatever. You get a big jar of it for like $18 at Costco. You pay $7-8 just for a small jar of it from our local supermarkets.
Yeah.
So I always make sure I do that. So when I was a member, I'd write my shopping list and I'd try and figure out, okay, what's here that I can get from Costco. Then I'll ring Costco, get a price comparison, and then
Right.
I'll add it to I have 3 shopping lists. I do Woolworths, Coles, when I was a member of Costco. And then I'd make one list and I'd go, okay, this is how much it's going to cost me to get all this stuff from Costco. And this is how much, and then all the other stuff I'll get it from Woolworths or Coles. And then
Yeah.
I'll just be like, I could save myself at times up to $60-70.
Right.
Because when I
Because
used,
sometimes going to the warehouse stores like Costco and stuff, sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not.
yeah, it
So
depends. Like,
yeah, it depends on what you're getting.
exactly. Like, well, there's one thing that I did that my mother never understood is that when I'd buy like the pickled capsicum strips and stuff like that. After I'd finished, what I'll do is I'll put some of the bocconcini balls into the marinade, and that way I wouldn't have to use salad dressing as much when I would use that, keep it in the fridge and put the bocconcini in there so they'll become marinated after I'd used half a jar of the
Mm.
capsicum, so then they would marinate in that. And my mum goes, why would you do that? That's disgusting. And I'll do the same with any kind of salad dressing I would buy. I'd put some, like about 4 or 5 into a container and then put the salad dressing I'd be using, whatever it is, for the next 2 salads. I'd use that and marinate the
Oh, there you
bocconcinis
go.
in that, and my mum thought it was weird, but anyone that knows me knows that I don't give a flying F what my mum thinks of what I do.
Yeah.
Like
You're
I
an
would love to
adult.
learn.
So what?
Oh, I'm well and truly this. I'm a 40-year-old woman and I feel every day of it at times. It's just fucked.
Oh, please. I'm 44 and my mother still thinks she can tell me how I need to do things. So
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh, this is okay. This is going to probably crack you up. I'll show you something. Hang on, I'm going to turn on camera. This is, sorry for the scary thought here, guys. Sorry. Okay, my hair is quite long. All right.
Mine too.
All
You
right,
never
very
know it.
long.
Yep.
Okay, and what happens? Turning off now. And then what happened is that my mum goes, I don't understand something, Tammy. And I'm like, okay, do tell me what you don't understand. She goes, how is it that you're struggling to pay for a shed, but you can afford hair extensions? Don't have hair extensions, Mum. Your hair is not that long. Yes, it is. It's like just sitting at my belly button at the most. That's how long my hair is. And she goes, I don't understand. I'm like, Mum, it's my real hair. So what does she do instead of, because I very rarely, those who know me, wear my hair down. And then she grabs some of it and she yanks at it. She goes, oh, I better not yank it. She turns to my brother and goes, I better not yank it too hard. I'll probably rip out one of her extensions. Mum, fuck, it's my real hair.
Oh my gosh.
She doesn't yank it hard, but hard enough to make me go, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. You can let go now. And because 9 out of 10 times, like I said, I have my hair in a messy bun. And because
That's
I haven't got
mine
the
right
strength
now.
to take, oh, wow. Yeah, I wear it like above, up, hang on. Like I wear it up here and it's all fucking
Okay.
everywhere and everywhere. And because of the fact that my mum doesn't see me much with my hair down, like there's a time when because like I said, before I got told I had carpal tunnel, I would wear my hair like that and I'd be able to, that day or two later, which sounds disgusting, I would be able to take it out with ease. But now when I do my hair up, I have to remind myself every day to take it out, brush it every second or third day, wash it. So that way my shampoo and conditioner lasts longer as well. But the thing is, though, is that Andy's and I was doing my hair because we're going somewhere all together. My brother, my mother, and I were going somewhere, and I'm sitting there with my, mind you, secondhand, guys, so don't stress. I'm my InStyler, and I'm straightening my hair the best way I can. And she's all like, "Careful," and I'm like, "Of what? You'll burn the things that that." Again, she thought my hair was fake, and
That's when
it's
I would
like,
have just lifted up my hair and said, see, Mom, it's mine.
I think it's like, for me, it's like this is the longest my hair has been for a very, very, very
Yeah.
long time.
Well, it's
So I think it's
deceiving
very,
too.
yeah. I'd rather, like, with me with short hair, not that there's anything wrong with this, guys. So keep that in mind. I look like a lesbian, okay, with issues that I'm not sure what I want to be in life, and I feel very insecure. Whereas if
Hmm.
I have long hair, and my mum goes, "Oh, have you ever thought about cutting your fringe out?" I've had my part of my fringe cut out, and I love when I have that little bit of fringe because my hair's grown out to the rest of my hair. I only get like a little bit in the middle cut out,
Hmm.
and then it becomes, for me, it becomes annoying when it sits just below the eyes, and it's not long enough to put behind your ears, and it's
Yep.
not short enough to like do anything great with it. So I try and not do that anymore. And like the last time, well, apart from this time and last time when I was at my brother's straightening my hair, she hadn't seen me with my hair down for about 5, 6 years
Oh,
because I
wow.
had my hair cut and they fucking hacked it. It was like long bit here, short bit there. Oh my God, where did that bit of your hair go? Then a long bit and short bit. And it was like hacked. It was like a zigzag at the bottom of the hair. And I was told, are you trying to set a fashion trend? No. So I ended up putting, as much as I could, I put my hair in a ponytail, tiny hair tie because my hair was so short.
Hmm.
And then I wore a bandana over my
Oh,
hair because I
wow.
was humiliated with it. And I was just
Yeah.
disgusted. I'd wear a bandana and then I'd wear a beanie over it. And people were like, are you okay? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm fine. Why? Oh, we didn't know you were sick. I'm not sick. I just don't like my hair at the moment. It's just, they go, you do know you're making a mockery of people with cancer, right? I'm like, I'm not. I'm not going around there saying I've got cancer. I'm just hiding my hair because it looks like a chainsaw went through it.
Right. See,
Yeah.
and with wearing the hair up too, it is very deceiving with how long it could be because my
Mm-hmm.
niece is a hairstylist
Oh, beautiful.
and she'll cut my hair and she colors it.
Yeah.
Like right, I have pink in my hair, but you would never know it right now. And
Yeah.
then I hadn't seen her in a while, like in a couple months. So I took my hair out and she goes, "Holy fuck, Kelly. Holy crap. What have you been taking your hair?" Because the last time I had seen her, it had grown a good 6, 7 inches. And now
Wow.
it's, yeah, well, because I also take calcium pills
Does that help
because
with
my,
hair growth?
yes,
Okay, thank you. I'll make a note of that for sure.
hair and nails.
Oh yeah, I've got the hair, nails, and skin tablets that I take, but they sometimes give me really bad gas.
The
And
calcium pills uh, I get calcium with D3 because the
yep.
D3 helps your body absorb the calcium. I
Oh,
have to
cool.
take
Thank
it
you.
because my mom's got osteoporosis,
Yeah.
and which is the bones. So I've been taking them for a couple of years now, just to hopefully prevent or slow down me getting it, because that
Yeah.
is hereditary. So I don't want that.
No, I bet you don't.
You know, with the fibro, it just helps strengthen my bones a little bit. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, my hair grows fast now. It's down to, it's almost down to my waist. My hair is very
Whoa.
long. Yeah.
I can't imagine you with short. I'm trying to picture you with short hair, and I'm thinking, can't do it.
My
Sorry,
face will be fatter
because we know
than
when
what it
someone tells
is.
you. But the thing that I hate, and this is something I do need all the girls in chat, including you if you can, help me with, is the fact that when I forget to take my hair out for a bit, it gets
Hmm.
very, very matted.
Yep, mine
You
too.
know what I mean? And I would love to be able to find something, instead of using nearly half a bottle of conditioner, I need to be able to find something so that stops happening. Because anytime my hair goes below my shoulders or below my boobs, sorry for the visual guys, but it gets like that. But the thing is though, I don't sometimes have the strength to take my hair out. So it stays in there, and then I'm using so much conditioner and so much of this Garnier treatment stuff on my hair that I'm actually like not ripping out hair. The moisture goes in and makes it easier to brush, but then I'm finding that I'm pulling out hair out of the brush every few strokes of my hair. So
That's
I'm trying to find something that I can use that will stop that from happening. My mum goes, just get it
it
all cut
won't.
off and start again. Yeah,
It's
no.
not going to stop it from happening. Um, because I asked my niece the same thing, because
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is going to sound really bad, but I work from home. I'm not on camera. So
Mm.
sometimes I don't feel like brushing my hair. So sometimes there's a couple days that I just leave it and it's all over. I just brushed my hair this morning, and I swear to you, I my hand was full of hair.
Yeah, that's what I find as well. And
But
Origin
but to
said
make
Gardening
it
is a good brand.
easier, they have these things called a wet brush that also helps with getting through the knots. It's
I
not a
don't think
wet
we have them
brush.
here in Australia. I'm just trying to think what they
Um,
would call here.
I'll show you. Hold on.
If it's one like I think it is, that doesn't help with me with my matted hair.
It should. It's
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Yeah,
okay.
do they help? Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I had a really 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 big knot, and then I had. I mean, it was bad. I'm you know, my hair is just as long as yours, so it helped. I was
Well,
able
hang
to
on.
get through it, and it was painless.
Awesome. Okay, Ara just wrote, use raw brand and utilize butter. Oh, better.
Moroccan oil
Um,
helps too.
yes, I love this. Um, oh, I drink more water than I have in my entire life, Ara. And I don't know what you mean by raw brand because I don't think we get that here in Australia. But thank you, sweetie.
Also, any medications that we're on,
Yeah,
like for depression and stuff like that, also don't help with the hair loss.
tell me about it. Well, I'll be honest with you, my favorite feature on me is my hair and my boobs. I can't think of anything else that I like. Like that's it. Like, cause here's what. Okay, this is something that's going to be an overshare for you and everyone in chat. But hey, where as far as I know, we're all ladies here. When I
But
lived at home, I was like a 10A cup. Like I was tiny. You know, I could be a sandcastle for Barbie's playhouse. I was tiny. And then when I moved in with my sister, I went up to a 10C. Moved in with my partner, became a 12C. Moved in with my brother, became a fucking 12D. Started living with my brother and my ex-boyfriend and my ex-boyfriend brother and myself went up to a 12D.
Wow.
Then from that, I started living on my own for a little while. Then I went up to a double D. And then very recently, I found out I'm a 16E. And it's like, what the fuck? So I've
No
definitely
thanks.
grown up. I get very, very bad back pain.
Yeah, I would say so.
But
That was
it's
going to be
like, yeah,
my next question.
yeah, yeah. It's very, very, very painful. And it's like, I've got, this is what my doctor goes, okay, Tammy, where's your pain today? I'm like, back, knee, hands, eyes, side of the neck. He goes, anywhere else? And I'm like, my heart. My heart's hurting. And he goes, why is your heart hurting? I'm like, oh, no, it's nothing medical. It's just the fact that it's getting fucked with a lot lately. And he goes,
Yeah.
oh, okay, fair enough. But it's like, I can do for an MRI on your knee. As far as your eyes go, I can vouch for the fact that you have scar tissue. I can back that up. As far as your heart goes, well, you need to find a really good looking guy and, let yourselves take each other frustrations out on each other. I'm like, radio. And then he goes,
There
as
you
for your
go.
hands, that's when he did the bandaging on my hand. And after he took them off, like I said, my hands were very, very numb. And
Yeah.
then he had to take my blood pressure. And when he went to go put it on my left arm, I'm like, no, no. He goes, well, I said, try my right. And I was thinking because of my right hand's not feeling the massive pain as my left hand
Yeah.
is since the operation, he did that. And I'm like, is there any other way you can take my blood pressure? He goes, not really. I'm like, okay, well, hurry up. He goes, what's going on? And then he saw my whole arm went blue. Well, like it was like really, really cold. And
Wow.
prior to that, he held my hand, like grabbed my hand, says, put your hand flat on the table. And he goes, your hand was really warm. But then when he did the blood pressure and took the cup off, he felt my hand. He goes, it was really icy cold.
Wow.
And yet my left hand was still warm from before. And he couldn't he goes, I really need to do some more investigating on that because that shouldn't be happening. And I'm like, you think? And then when he checked my heart rate and my pulse and all that sort of shit, he goes, but they're both fine. I'm like, I feel fine. And it's all that sort of shit. He goes, you don't feel dizzy? I said, sometimes when I sit up too quick or I've been asleep and then I stand up and stuff out of bed and stuff, I will feel really disorientated and dizzy. He goes, what do you mean by disorientated? I'm like, everything just starts spinning on me.
Mm-hmm.
So a dear friend says, do the lazy man tilt test or so. So he's going to be doing that the next time I go. Hey, Donnie. Sorry I didn't say hi before. And hello. Oh, hang on. I
You
don't know
could
if
have
that's spam. Oh, yeah,
circulation issues.
I just got something from someone that just basically said, was trying to do things. Okay, guys, in chat, if you see something like from Amiga Com, fill life with emotions, please delete it because that's spam. So please. Tammy's little. Yes, I am little, Ari. You'll probably tower over me. Everyone's fucking taller than me.
Yeah, me too.
But I love being short, though. I don't like being short and fat, but I like being short.
Yeah, I don't like being short and fat either,
But
but
I
I
see it
can't
as,
help it.
yeah, that's just it. Like, I'm doing everything possible to make sure I don't, like, with salads. I'm eating salads with nearly every meal, every piece of meat that I freaking digest, basically, as far as hot meat goes. That's going into my air fryer. I'm not cooking with, I'm not trying my hardest as hard as it is. There's a salad over here, Green Goddess, and I'm only using half the little packet you get for the dressing. I'm making sure that everything is lean. I'm doing everything I possibly can. And then fucking, I'm still putting on weight. And it's just like, well,
The medications, number one, don't help. Number two, which, like with my Lyrica, every time they have to increase the dosage, I gain
yeah,
10 to 12 pounds within 2 weeks.
fuck.
What I
My
have
doctor,
found, though, is the more frequent meals I eat, or even just like snacking,
yeah,
I actually lost 7 pounds in a month just by doing that. But
yeah.
then without realizing it, I was also doing that intermittent fasting, um,
Mm.
which also helped me lose that weight along because I'm sitting at my desk for 8 hours and I'm just sitting there picking. I'm
Yeah,
constantly eating so I could stay awake. But I ended up losing weight. I was like, hot damn, I think I need to try this more often.
yeah,
But I do drink a lot of water as well, especially right
yes.
now because it's summer and it's hotter than a witch's tit here.
Did you just say hotter than a witch's tit?
Yes, I did.
I'm so sorry. Yes, I said titty.
Yes, I
Hey,
did.
last poet. Last poet, sorry. Hello. Thank you, sweetheart.
All right. Well, I've kept you long enough. I will let you get back to talking about
What the
your Watts
original?
case.
All right, cool. Thanks, darling. And thank you so much for popping up. And when you
You're
pop back
welcome.
into chat, 'cause you are now a mod, please feel free to drop the link as many times as you want with your channel. And I'll do
Okay.
everything I can to obviously promote it as much as I can when I do my lives and stuff, because I think what you're doing with your channel is absolutely incredible. And people need to know about your channel, and people that are in here tonight will know. And no one has to suffer in silence because Kelly's here to help you out. So please, when she comes back into chat, please subscribe to her channel and hit the notification bell, because what
Yes.
she's doing is very brave, not only for her to tell you her story, she's brave to allow you to tell yours. So please show us some love and support by going over to her channel and liking and subscribing and ringing the notification bell.
Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
You're,
All
you're
right.
very welcome. Anything
I'm
I
going to
can do to
drop
help.
down. All
All
right.
right, then.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dale. Take care.
All
Bye,
right.
darling.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Oh wow, that was it. Sorry, guys, we got complete, and I completely ignored chat. I'm sorry. I have a habit of doing that. I'm so sorry. But as far as I know, apart from that horrible thing that came up, blocked the. Oh, thank you. Okay, so thank you for that last poet. I really appreciate that, sweetheart. I can't remember last poet. Are you a mod? Because if you blocked it, you only blocked it from your side of the from you being able to see it. I can't remember if you're a mod. Thank you, Kelly, so much for popping up here, darling. It was much appreciated. I do appreciate the support. And if there's anyone else that wants to come up and talk about their channel, please feel free. Just let me know, and I shall drop the StreamYard link again, because I'm a nice person. But no, back to what I was saying about the Watts case until someone else wants to pop up. I find it all very, 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 very strange. Oh, okay. Did you want to be a mod poet? Because I would love to have you be a mod, so that way you did a great job of blocking it. But honey, you only blocked it from you being able to see it. So if you like, I can make you a mod, and then when you do see them and you block them, you are actually blocking them from my channel. So it's entirely up to you. Just keep me posted, and please write your response in capitals if you wish to be a mod on my channel. And you're very welcome to be one. Just let me know. Kelly has just dropped her link to her channel, guys. So please, all 8 of you, please go over and like and subscribe and ring the notification bell for her channel. As you all saw, she's a very well-spoken, I'll say young lady, because she's around my age. So I'm going to be doing that. No, that's okay. Last part, if you change your mind and you ever want to be a mod, let me know. Yes. That's it's all right, last part. Anytime, doll. Anytime you change your mind, you just let me know, and I'll be honoured to have you as a, because your name, if you do poetry, you had me at poet, because I love poetry. I used to write some myself. I haven't for a while, but you know, it's good sometimes. I might even do a poetry night where people can come up and read some of their poems. And if you feel comfortable doing that, you're more than welcome to. Or you can be up on panel behind the scenes and you can tell me what you think of some. You're very awesome. Thank you, last poet. But like I said, just always know that you're always welcome. If there's a poem you want to share, you've always got a place on my panel to do that too. Just give me a heads up, and or whenever, and you can come up and share some of your beautiful work if you like. Okay, now I'll quickly do this before I forget. And I'm not doing this to be mean, and I'm not doing this to be mean. I just said that, didn't I? I'm not doing this to be repetitive, I should say. But if anyone does want to join me on panel and talk a little bit, Chris Watts, feel free. Or if you just want to promote your channel, feel free as well. I'm happy with either. But like I said, it's just none of the case makes any sense, because you think about it, it's been 4 years, and how many times, like I said before, how many times did they interview Chris in comparison to how many times did they interview NK and actually put her on a lie detector test? Or how many times did they interview Jim or Troy or anyone involved in this case that they interviewed or didn't interview? How many of them went on lie detector tests, guys? And how many of them were actually looked at as though they were part, you know what I mean? Like, it just, none of it for me makes a speck of sense. And I might be being over dramatic by saying that, but to me, it's like, if it doesn't make sense then, how the hell are we hoping that it's going to make sense all these years later, guys? Because, like I said before, it's been 4 years. And at the end of the day, Chris is still in jail. People that were involved are still walking the streets, getting away with what part they took. It makes me sad to think that there are people out there who, like I said, were involved and fucking still able to walk free. It actually makes me sick. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to find something. And it's very hard to find something when you're not sure where to look. Okay. No, there's no one backstage yet. That's cool. But like I said, guys, don't feel like you have to be on panel with me. No terms and conditions with it. There's none of that sort of shit. It would be nice to have an open panel discussion of what people 4 years later actually think of this crime, because it's pretty fucked up. Even though it's been, like I said, even though it's been 4 years, there's still a lot of unanswered questions that we don't have the answers to. And it's really sad to think that. But again, there's nothing we can do apart from continuously talk about it and have our opinions heard, because at the end of the day, we're never going to have our opinions heard by who we want to hear about it. And it's really quite fucked up. Shit, excuse me. Oh, nearly slipped over. That would have been awkward. But like I said, I just want people to start, thinking about, artichoke nuts. Sorry, I love my artichoke. Very hard to find things when you don't know where you're supposed to fucking look. And I'm sorry if I scared anybody before by carrying on panel. Wasn't my intention to scare anybody. But hey, what can I say? I'm full of surprises. But if surprises scare you, I apologize. I found what else I was looking for. Thank fuck for that. But no, like I said, at the end of the day, if Nicole Kessinger was involved, why didn't they do better investigating? Ara, Tammy, do you think NK is guilty of something? I think she's guilty of knowing prior. I think that she's guilty of knowing what was going to happen. I do believe that. But as far as participating, I'm starting to think no. But she just seems to act very weird in a lot of her interviews. She seems like she dodges a lot of questions. She seems like she has a ready-made answer for just about everything that she gets asked. You know, and I think I heard it on your channel, about how her phone pinged in Frederick because it bounced off another tower. Oh shit, whose highlight did I comment? Sorry for that, Kelly. Sorry. Oh, sorry, no, I'll keep that highlight because it's your channel. Please, guys, don't forget to subscribe to her channel. Like I said, I just think that she knows more than she'll ever reveal, because I believe she's been given a gag order to shut the fuck up. And I do believe she knew just how far Chris would go to be with her. But I also think that if NK was to win Chris away from Shanann, there would always be something that would draw Chris back. And like if it was a school performance, or if there was like maintenance and all this sort of stuff. Like Nicole Kessinger had no problem letting Chris pay for everything when they'd go out on dates and shit. When did she raise her hand and goes, oh, you know what, I'll pay for dinner tonight, love. Let me get this. Or let's go on a camping trip, but I'll pay for it. Guarantee Chris paid for everything. So where she sits back and judges Shanann for allowing Chris to pay for everything in their relationship, she also let Chris pay for everything in their relationship. And because Chris was a bit of what we know as a chicken shit that goes with the flow and didn't have a backbone, you know, of course he was going to be like, it's okay. So I'm sorry if that's an opinion that people don't want to hear. But like I said, I do believe she knew what was going to happen. But as far as partaking in it, I personally can't form an opinion on that, because there's so many different ways of looking at it. Like people saying she didn't clock in at work, she only clocked out. People saying that her phone pinged in Frederick the morning of. They say that the red car was fucking somehow connected to Jim. And Jim was Nicole Kessinger's fuck on the side, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like there's so many reasons to believe that she is involved. But given a gag order to stay quiet for the next, say, 20 years, or she was involved. At the end of the day, none of us know for sure. The only two people or three people or five people that know if she was involved were Chris, Bella, Cece, start again, Shanann, Bella, Cece, Chris, and her. They're the only people that are going to ever know the truth if Nicole Kessinger was involved, and herself and her friends. They're the only people that are ever going to know the truth if Nicole Kessinger was involved on the August the 13th, 2018. They're the only people that are going to know. And I'm sorry, but I do believe Kessinger has been given a gag order to stay quiet, because you think if someone is attacking you publicly and all over the world, there are people discussing this case still after 4 years, you'd think you'd want to speak up and say, well, this is my story and this is what I have to say. You'd think, why wouldn't you want to speak up? They can doctor your voice on when you're on TV, as they many places people do. You can be filmed in the shadows and saying something. Or why hasn't your dad come forward and said anything? You know, why haven't you? You're being accused of being the world already knows that you're a mistress of Chris Watts. We all know that. So why aren't you coming forward and defending yourself? Why aren't any of your friends coming forward and defending you? Why isn't your dad coming and standing up for you? You know, it makes me very, very sad to think that. You know, guys, can you hear me? Sorry, please let me know if you can hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me. Because chat's not moving. So I don't know what's going on. Can you guys hear me? Please let me know. Because I don't know if chat's working or not. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, that's the last message I got a notification on. I just got a inbox. Oh, yes, you can hear. Thank you. Thanks, Kelly, and thanks for messaging that to me too. I was freaking out, I was thinking, what's going on? This is scary. No one can hear me. Uh, give me 1 sec, guys. Sorry, we'll respond to this message. Anyway, as I was saying, that's okay, Kelly. Just relax, hon. Just don't overdo it, please. Take time to rest. Take time to relax. Take time to be you, I think. Is it right? No. But no, but like I said, the case has me so confused because, like, 1 minute I'm hell-bent thinking that she had something to do with the murders, like she did something to the girls while Chris was trying to do something, or better yet, like the fact that when this is one theory I did have, is the fact that when Chris left the house that day, that morning, his family was alive and Shanann was in bed and all the rest of that. I always thought that. And then good old Camel Toe went in there with her friends and ended the family and all that sort of shit. That's a theory I had as well, like there's so many rabbit hole corners to turn as you're falling down that it's unfucking real. Like, I hate knowing that family lost their lives because of... Hang on a sec, guys. Give me one mere moment. As I was trying to say, sorry, hang on. But like I said, it just comes down to the fact that I want people to, when they're looking at this case, to look at it with fresh eyes each and every time. Every time you're on someone's channel or anything like that, and you're listening to this case, regardless if they go over the same stuff that other channels do, be patient with them because they could come out with something that no other channel has. And even if you watch the same videos again and again and again and again, you will always see something different in it. Like for me, when I was watching something, I can't remember, I think it was on Ara or What's the Obsession. If anyone has those links, please drop them in the chat. But what I was saying is the fact that you watch something and they're like, oh, he was acting really weird, he was swaying from side to side a lot, and that shows that he's guilty. But then you see in another video that a channel played, quite a long video part of it, is when Nate is saying stuff to the cop as they're watching the stuff on the TV. Meanwhile, Chris has gone back to meet, detective, whatever, and fucking Nick is standing near the TV and he's swaying from side to side. He's constantly looking out the door. But that was never brought into question. Nick is Nicole Atkinson's son, by the way, guys, just in case you weren't sure. He was swaying. Nosy Nate was swaying. dumbass dork, D.A. Rourke, was swaying when he was doing a televised bloody interview after the hearing, when Chris was sentenced to 5 life sentences. He was fucking swaying. All of them were. But yet none of them got called into question like Chris did when he was swaying. How's that work? Other people can sway, but your prime suspect can't because that's a sign of guilt. How did the purse mysteriously appear on the counter when it wasn't there before? People are always thinking, why did Nicole Atkinson look up the stairs and then have a panic look on her face? Simply, the fact is that she had to go up the stairs again. She hates stairs. So do I. I don't feel comfortable going up or downstairs. I'm sorry, but I don't. And considering she had a small child, I wouldn't want to go up and downstairs all the fucking time. You stay downstairs, so then that way your child stays downstairs. But then when you go upstairs, your child's going to fucking follow you. Excuse me, what? You know, so you've got to ask yourself, why do you think why is it, okay, if you're so quick to point that out, how come that when no one went inside the house, no one called out to Shanann, no one called out to the girls, no one even called out to the fucking dog, okay? Everyone just lingered around in the kitchen. Then they went upstairs. But until then, no one called out any of their names. Shanann's family took 5 days to get to bloody Colorado when there were people in that house of the Ruseks that all 3 of them drove. So they would have been able to, amongst the 3 of them, if they were to drive from North Carolina to Frederick, Colorado, I'm pretty sure they would have made it within 5 days. So we got to ask yourself, why did they wait 5 days? Were they waiting till Chris to be locked up so they felt safe? Why did Shanann's mother picture her grandchildren or grandbabies in oil? Why did she ask them to check the knives? Why is it that she gave Nicole Atkinson permission to go into her daughter's house, knowing full well that it wasn't her daughter's house, it was Chris's house? Why? What were her and Nicole Atkinson talking about before the cop came from around the back, and then she goes, oh, what's the code for the garage? You know, all these things that you've got to think about that happened. Please keep it, okay, if you're in here and you're my mod, please keep an eye on those disgusting things that come up. Seriously, okay, guys? Sorry, but it's very hard to be able to talk about what I'm talking about without getting the distraction of porn shit. Like, if you're going to post porn crap, fuck off. Very inappropriate considering I'm talking about a very serious case, and you want to come in here and advertise your porn shit? Fucking create your own page and spam yourself, you fucking idiots. Fucking idiots. And how is it? Oh shit! Sorry, guys. Sorry. How is it that there are people out there who think that Nate had nothing to do with it, but yet Shanann and Chris had pretty much nothing to do with nosy Nate, but yet Nate assumed Shanann was a diabetic. Nate assumed that Chris was acting suspicious because he was over here and he was talking about things 3 or 4 fucking times, but yet Chris never spoke to him. Apart from that, probably that one time when he asked if he could park his car in front of his house because his car had been broken into. And how is it that Nate seemed to know exactly what Chris put in his truck every morning? Fucking hell, I'd hate a neighbour like that. Fucking nosy fuck. has him suspicious as he's swaying. Fuck off. Hey, Ink, good to see you, hon. Haven't seen you in ages. I hope you've been keeping well, sweetheart. Oh, hello. Please stick around if you want to, Ink. That'll be amazing, doll. But like I said, I don't understand how so many people were straight away to point the finger at Chris, but yet there were people that were acting more suspicious than him. Shanann was not diabetic, but yet Nate thought she was. Nate said they argued a lot, but then on the other side of the Watts house, there was Betty saying that she hardly heard them and she hardly heard their dog. So it makes you wonder, was it Chris and Shanann that argued, or was it Nicole Kessinger and Chris arguing that Nate heard? Because they were arguing out on the street, and then when the neighbours appeared, the person that was arguing with Chris was pressed against his chest. And apparently that happened when Shanann was in North Carolina. And if people paid proper attention, they'd realise that Shanann had black hair, Kessinger had brown. So help me understand how that actually happens. I've missed you too, Ink. I was going to message you the other day, but I thought you might not want to hear from me, so I backed away. I'm sorry. I'm glad that you're good, hon. That makes me happy to know that, because I have been worried about you. But the trouble with being friends with people from YouTube, you don't know where the boundaries are with some, and you don't want to bombard them with messages going, hey, how are you? Haven't seen you in ages. Hey, you okay? What's been happening? I'm there, and then bombard that person with like the third degree. Like, why haven't you been in my chats or something? I don't want them to think that if I add you on Facebook, it doesn't mean that I just see you as someone that comes into my chats. I see you as a friend. But like I said, like it's very, very frustrating to know, like I said, there were people that should have been investigated when this case broke, and they were interviewed once and then kicked to the curb. Now, the thing I find very interesting, though, is that Nicole Kessinger apparently hadn't spoken to Chris. She apparently didn't know that Shanann was pregnant. All these things that she had come out with, but the thing is, though, that's very strange. The thing that's very strange, though, is the fact, okay, guys, don't forget, if you're going to write something to me in chat, please use capitals. Is the fact that she claims all these things, like the fact that she investigated married boyfriend says he'll leave his wife. Okay. Why wasn't that ever questioned? The fact that she was looking up wedding dresses. Why wasn't that ever questioned? When she said she destroyed her SIM card, but then went out and got another SIM card with the exact same fucking phone number, why wasn't that questioned? Why is it that when her search engine showed up that she looked up Shanann Watts and Chris Watts, why wasn't that ever brought into questioning? The fact that she, she was heard saying that she wanted Chris's firstborn son. How come that was never questioned? The fact that her phone pinged close to Chris's house, whether it bounced off another tower or not, why wasn't that ever questioned? There are so many things that go unanswered that makes this case more and more mysterious and more sad and gut-wrenching, knowing that it's been 4 years and there are, hypothetically, 5 people walking the streets in other parts of the world, free as birds, preying on their next lot of victims to do this exact same. Oh, thank you, Ink. I appreciate that, sweetheart. It's just none of it makes sense, guys. None of it. Like, there are questions like, okay, here's one for you guys. This is a question, so hopefully I get more than one answer with this from people. So please listen up. What was Nicole Kessinger's job description at Anadarko? There's no prize for the answer. Please just let me know if you remember what her job description was. In other words, what did her job entail for her to do? Please write in chat. I will wait and have a think about it myself because I already know what it is, but still. What was her job description? Like, what were her duties? Apart from, sucking bat with any guy who would let her. Sorry, trigger alert. I'm gonna wait for a few answers here, guys. So, like I said, what was Nicole Kessinger's job description at Anadarko? And it wasn't. Yeah, apart from like, what did she have to do for her job? Like, do in her job? She was a secretary, yes. But what else was her job description? All right, if you're still in here, can you help me with this stuff? Please, anyone? Kelly and Ink are the only two typing in here. Okay, fine. No one else wants to answer it. Thank you, Ink. Okay. I'll give it a few more minutes or so for people to come in and answer if they want to. I'll highlight your comments so far, Ink, because that so far is the closest thing that I've been told. And that way I can also keep track of people coming in. Okay, so I have 2 participants and 8 trolls. It's all good. Just don't put anything in my chat that will make me angry. Anyone apart from Ink and Kelly? Okay. Thank you, you two, for participating. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. All of you are. Whoever's not participating, that's fine. But okay, I'll just say she was in charge of safety, I think, as well. So with what Ink wrote, and in charge of safety. What kind of person is a safety person? Okay, that doesn't report a leak until Monday. Or what kind of person is she that allows a leak to go unfixed until Monday? My question is now, was there actually a leak? Was the leak set up there to be able to blow up the tanks? Was that sabotage on Chris's part so it would have been easier to blow up the tanks if there was a leak? Because I don't think they worked on weekends, guys. So, well, we know Chris didn't. I think she was like a safety inspector. Did she let the... Oh, hang on, here we go, sorry. That's okay. It's all right, Kelly. But like I said, I just find it all very, 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 very sus. So... Oh, geez. I appreciate you, Kelly, and you, Ink, being in here. And I would love for the 5 people that aren't talking in chat to please engage if you can. But if you don't wish to, that's fine too. I just find it all very, very, very strange. If she was in charge of safety, why did she let a leak go unrepaired from Friday? Did Chris drive his own truck home over that weekend? Because you got to remember, Betty said that fucking his truck was grey. We all believed at one stage his truck was grey. Did he drive his own truck home that weekend? And did he drive his own truck to work on the Monday? Because you got to remember, the cadaver dogs didn't pick up on anything. Hang on, sorry, I just got another. Exactly. Even if it was a slight leak, you think 48 hours, it went unrepaired. And then on Monday, what's his face? Troy, the toy, was looking for his wrench. I personally believe that Anadarko, as big as it is or was, it would want to get it repaired. Because if you think about it, if something gets clogged, anything fucking happened. A small leak ends up in a big leak. Believe me, I know. So I don't understand. There we go. Ink made a very good point there. And why couldn't a co-worker turn it off? I mean, he was looking for, yes, exactly. He was looking for his wrench, but he didn't do anything to fix it. And I just find it, like I said, Betty, who lived on the other side of Chris and Shanann and the girls, claims they never heard arguing or anything. But then you hear Nate and he since redacted it that he heard the arguing. But yet Shanann was in North Carolina when that argument supposedly took place. It makes absolute fuck all sense. And it makes me sad to think that 4 people, lost their lives because Chris wanted a new life and didn't want to have to pay alimony. That's the word I was trying to think of earlier. He didn't want to pay alimony and he didn't want to pay child support. He wanted to continue his life the way he did for those 5 weeks. Hang on, sorry guys. I'm having trouble reading. Yeah, exactly. Like I personally think for an oil leak, you'd want to call it in. But was it because that tank was too full of crude oil and he had to release some of it so it would have been easier to put the girls in there? That's if, and I'm saying this as a big, massive theory, that's even if the girls were put in tanks. They say they were, but how do we know? Where did all the oil go when they opened the tanks to let the girls out? Oh, they were already under a scope because of a past explosion. There you go. Didn't know that. There you go. Very, very strange. To me, this case has never made sense since I first started watching videos about it. And how do we know? And the thing that also confused, you know what? I actually want to talk about what beautiful people Shanann, Bella, and Cece were. I don't want to keep on talking about my theories because I'm sure those in the back are sick of hearing about it. But like I said, I don't want to discuss this case in depth like I am, sort of, so to speak, like I am now. I want to be able to move on from it. But being the 13th, it's very difficult to be able to let it go without thinking about the poor lives that were lost. And it just makes me so fucking angry. 4 people lost their lives for whatever reason. It just hurts to think that that's happened, and they shouldn't feel as though that the lives were in vain or they're forgotten, because we all know that Bella, Cece, and Shanann will never be forgotten. And if we can just focus on what beautiful people they were, and unfortunately lost their lives because of a selfish asshole or assholes, we're never gonna get to the truth. At the end of the day, the truth would never come out, because why would it want to? Think about how much press this story is still getting. Think about how much press the death of Elvis Presley and John Lennon and all those sorts of people, how much press that is still getting. We've lost some amazing people this year. You know, like we lost fucking Olivia Newton. I'm just going by recent ones. Olivia Newton-John, she passed away from her battle of cancer. We lost Anne H from. We lost Anne H for. Oh God, what have I done? In studio once again because I am getting good at that. So I just think that what needs to happen is that we need to remember the people that we've lost and try and do other cases if we can. Like I'm going to try my hardest to, like I did Brushed On the other night. Please, if you go watch that, please be warned that there are some things in there that might be triggering. So please, be aware of that. It wasn't meant to upset anyone or hurt anyone's feelings or anything like that. It's just the fact that when you touch on true crime, it's very, very, very difficult to be able to know when you have as many subscribers as I have, as much as it sounds horrible, it's very hard to keep an open mind on, and take everybody's feelings into account when it comes to this. It's very, very difficult because like I was told by a friend of mine or two friends of mine that you can't appease everybody when you touch on true crime. You've got to make sure that if you took every single person's feelings into account. Now, when I first started my channel on Facebook, I would do a selection of lives and stuff like that. And, there were some people that would actually message me and say, what you just said then was very triggering. But the thing is, though, it's very, very hard. Like there are very few people that feelings that I do take into indefinite account for certain cases that I want to touch on. And there was a time when I wanted, and I still might, if I can get over the triggering side of things, that I want to touch on Ivan Milat. But I've got to take into account that there might be people in chat that were personally affected by what that scoundrel did. So I need to make sure that I take that into account. I want to touch back on the Beaumont children, but I've got to make sure that everybody that is listening is not triggered and turned off by my channel. I have to make sure of all that sort of stuff, whereas there's people and creators out there that honestly don't care about people's feelings and how it could affect them. As you end your life, you can distance yourself from it. Like I can distance myself from the Beaumont children case because I wasn't even born when that happened. But then there's other people that could be still alive and still have grandparents or something that were around when that happened. And I want to be, yeah, exactly. There are so many other more cases out there that need our attention. And yet a lot of creators, and I don't wish them any ill health or anything like that, but if they see a case that brings in money, then that's the case they'll focus on. And unfortunately, a lot of people still get money for discussing the Chris Watts case. And I think if there are people out there that are so worried about how the Watts family's been treated in conjunction to the Rusek family, maybe take all the money you make from your lives and donate it to the Watts family. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that to be a bitch or anything like that, but don't sit on your panel and start saying that the Watts family was mistreated throughout this when you're bringing in money because they lost their family. Like they didn't lose Chris to death, but they lost him being able to hug him, missed being able to sit around a dinner table and eat dinner with him. So they lost him to, like, in the physical sense, to be at family gatherings and stuff. So they lost him. Where the Ruseks, they lost their entire, they lost their daughter, they lost their grandchildren. Oh, shit. They lost their grandchildren, so they lost a lot. And so did the Watts family. But there are people out there that alienate the Rusek family because they've made money, because they've done interviews and been paid for it, because they've done this, because they've done that. The thing is, though, is the fact that they may be doing what they're doing just to be able to survive, just like the rest of us. You know what I mean? So can you guys please consider that if you're going to start talking now, after 4 years, start talking about the Watts. But the thing is, though, is the fact you've got to also remember is that the Rusek family, changed the surname of Shanann. So instead of calling this the Watts case, how about looking at it as this is what happened to, Shanann, Bella, Cece, and Nico? Because they weren't called Watts on the gravestone. We all know that. We've all seen pictures where they're all known as Ruseks. And Shanann's mum had a different surname up until Shanann passed away. And then when Shanann died, she turned and changed her name back to Rusek. Like, what's the story behind that? But like I said, I just think that people make money on what they make money on. And when they see that they're getting big money for it, they'll stay on that case. And I do admire the people that stick to the case and try and get to the truth. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry, but we can find so many faults in this case until the cows come home. We can find fault after fault after fault, but we're never going to get to the truth. No, and I know that sounds like I'm being horrible. Hang on. Like, my heart goes out to both families. Like, the fact that I think it was Frankie that even said it, that he had this dream where he was in a lift and there was a person that looked so much like Shanann, had her persona and everything like that, and he could have sworn it was her. But then, like, I've had dreams like that where I've actually met Shanann, and then I see her. You think about someone enough, you see their face in strangers as they walk by you in the day or walk past you at night. You think you see them, but because you're always thinking about them, you see them in face of strangers. And that's what's sad. Like, I feel like I said, my heart goes. At the end of the day, my heart goes out to both families. But the thing is, though, Bella and Cece never really had much of a chance, and Nico definitely didn't even have a chance to breathe his first breath. And it's so fucking sad. And it breaks my heart to think that there's people out there who want to get to the truth, but they also want the cash that comes with it. And they're going to keep doing things like, we found something new, guys. But tune into this channel at this time, blah, 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 where I'm a guest and we'll tell you. And then when it gets to that day, it's either postponed or it's for members only or again, whatever. And then you can't voice your opinion because of the fact that if you do, you get either blocked or you get abused from the person that's doing the channel. And that's not the way it should be. Everybody should be on equal footing because every case, no matter how big or how small it becomes, it's a theory that we all start off with. And I'm sorry, but if you are going to abuse people for having a theory, then you shouldn't be able to have a channel, because you can't have in your opening credits open discussion when it's not an open discussion. You can't have open panel when someone chooses to come up, and then when they say what their opinion is, you're so fast to dismiss it because it doesn't go in with what you're thinking. And I think that's really, really sad that people do treat people like that. Like, people come into my chat, if they have an opinion, please voice it. Do not feel like you're going to be yelled at or something, because you're not. You're going to be like having me second guess everything I've thought about up until this point. Exactly. And that's, well, I'll be more than happy to go on people's panels and discuss the case, but I don't want my channel to be taken over by it. There's times when I've done previous lives and there's people that come up on my panel and change the narrative of the whole fucking show to suit what they want, because they tell you, if I'm listening to anything you're doing and I don't like what I'm hearing, or the topic for me is boring, instead of just like hopping out of chat and going to bed, or gotta go, play footsies with your partner or whatever. Instead of doing any of that, you choose to come up on my panel and then change the whole narrative of what I'm talking about. Excuse me. And I find that really disappointing when people do that. I didn't pick up on it until I watched a few of my earlier lives, and yeah, I just find it disgusting, because this is my channel, my platform. I can say what I want, when I want, how I want. And if people want to join me on panel to voice their opinion, then by all means, let me know and I'll drop the link. But to come up on panel with me and have a healthy debate, I'm not going to yell at you because your opinion is different than mine. Everyone's entitled to an opinion, because that's what we start off with when it comes to a true crime case. We start off with a theory, we develop an opinion, and then we do investigating. We don't, and that's the same with police these days. They have a theory, they form an opinion, and then they have the ability to be able to turn that theory and that opinion into either fact or a dead end. And that's what upsets me a lot with creators of today. But my opinion of what upsets me, I don't think anyone really gives two shits what upsets me. I really don't think anyone cares. But, it happens. And it's sad because I don't understand how people can form an opinion and then dismiss everybody else's because it should just be, like, fuck. I don't get it. I really fucking don't get it at all. I don't understand how people can allow people to have an opinion, dismiss it, and then come out as though it's their opinion a few months later. It's the same with any case, though. Hey, Mr. Moo, how you doing, sweetheart? Yes, I do remember that. Well, when you couldn't mention their names in the beginning of it is because the case was still raw and you could be accused of doxing. So now because the case is officially, closed and, well, not officially closed, but closed to some extent, you could now mention their names. Like I can mention Nicole Kessinger because apparently she's changed her name. But I still don't understand why she's never come forward and given an interview in the darkness and then fucking they would have, changed her voice to protect her. I don't get it. But yes. Exactly. Exactly. And that's what my channel is basically about. Freedom of speech. I don't ever want anyone, and I mean, I really don't want anyone who comes up on my panel, unless you start going off your tree about how, the Rusek family is a bunch of fuckheads. No, they're not. They're a grieving family. And my heart goes out to them and the Watts family today of all days, and then again on the 15th, which I won't be doing a special on because I'm thinking I might do my first part of my Elvis trivia night on the 16th. So, and that's the 16th here in Australia. So I'll see how I go with that. No promises there. And that'll be on Tuesday night, I believe that is on the 16th. Yep, it's Tuesday the 16th. So please tune in then. If you can help me get the rest of the funds I need for my shed, please do. Just know that when you do donate, I will say thank you to you most probably by name, but I will not under any circumstances mention you by how much you donated. But I'd like to say thank you to Bubsy for donating earlier. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. Again, it's no one else's business how much it was. I choose not to tell anybody that. And it comes down to the fact that I do that to protect the privacy of my chat, but more so than anything, I do it to protect the people who donate. The PayPal link is in the description, but like I said, I don't want people knowing the amount I make or anything like that. Hey, Ocean's daughter, how you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. I don't see the point in it because, as I've always stated, please help if you can. If you can't, that's fine. I'm trying my hardest to protect the donators of my channel because if you come in here and, like I said, say for example, if Ink donated to me, right, how would she feel when she goes in? Like, she's been treated quite piss poor by people in this community and it's not very nice the way she's been treated. And my heart goes out to her. But like I said, if she chose to donate to me right here, right now, I would thank her. Okay, thank you for your donation, Ink. But then I'd leave it at that. But the thing as well is people out there do hang out in the background and all the rest of it. And they choose to prey upon people. So I see it as that if Ink was to donate, like again, I'm not saying she is or she has or whatever, but if she was going to, I would not go, hey, Ink, thank you so much for that $100. Much appreciated, Dale. Thank you. What's going to happen then when she goes into other chats and they have their PayPal link up or they have super chats or super stickers or anything like that? They're going to seek keep an eye out for when Ink comes in and they're going to start being nice to her because she donated a huge amount to me. Do you think that's fair to put her in that situation where, like I said, she is going to be bullied and treated like shit, but because she donated a big amount to me, she's suddenly going to be respected? No, fuck that. Either you respect her now or you don't respect her at all. And I refuse to, unless someone sends me a PayPal donation and they say to me, "Oh yeah, please mention me by name and let people know how much I donated," I would still hold reservation about that because I don't see it's fair that people get bullied on YouTube, and then when they see that those people donate to me, a little channel like me gets a donation from somebody, and then those people go, "Oh, hey, we're in true crime discussions with Tammy the other night, and we saw that Ink donated to her, or anything like that. You know, we've got to start being nice to her because if she donated to Tammy and she only has 560 subscribers, we're going to do the thing where we're going to be nice to her when she comes in because hey, if she does, we can probably get one of those donations from her." Not happening. So if it's okay that I mention you by name, fine. If you don't want your name or anything mentioned, that's cool too. I'll just be like, thank you to who just donated. You know what I mean? So I'm not the kind of person that is advertiser of who donates and who doesn't. You know what I mean? Like I've had a good donation tonight, and like I said, I thank you, Bubsy, from the bottom of my heart for that. Thank you. But the thing is, though, I'm now thinking to myself, was she okay that I mentioned her by name? Shit. I'm going to talk about that with her tomorrow. But I'm not going to go out of my way to mention people by name. I'm not doing that to myself because it comes down to I don't want people feeling as though that, you know, people are going to donate to them because they donated to me, or people are going to give them the time of day. So I do apologize for that. Oh, it's in the description, Ocean's Daughter. But you know what I mean, though? It's just, for me, I need to not only protect my channel, but I need to protect every single person that comes into my chat. So thanks, Ink. I sincerely apologize that if you donate, you donate. If you don't, you don't. Do you think it's my right to publicly out someone who does and how much they do? Because that's bullshit. I don't think it's fair, because if I'm saying thank you to Ink, or thank you to Ocean's Daughter, or thank you to TJ, or thank you to anyone who donated, do you think it's fair on them to feel like that any chat they go into after this one, they've got a target on their back to feel as though they are going to be, you won't know if you're being treated respectfully because you're you. You know, it comes down to more porn. Oh, sorry, whoever, fuck off. Why are they, okay, who's taking care of the porn here? Because I'm trying to block them myself and I can't. So whoever's taken care of that for me, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I am really sick of them coming into my chat. So whoever's taking care of those behind the scenes or up front, thank you so much. So it's just getting to the point now where it's absolutely fucking disgusting. That, like I said, you know, like I personally can't afford to do super chats and super stickers, and even when I get up to the 1,000 or whatever, I'm saying here and now, and I've said it before, I will not be doing super chats, and I will not be doing super stickers, and I will not, under any circumstances, be doing membership, because I don't want that shit on Oh, Ink, you're a sweetheart. Thank you, honey. Ocean's Daughter, in the description of what my channel's about tonight, the PayPal link is under the rambling I went on about. So if you were to donate, I'm thanking you now. If you're not, then that's where it always is anyway, in the description. So thank you. But like I said, I'm just getting to the point where I'm getting so sick and tired of people thinking it's okay to be what they're doing. Sorry, give me one sec, guys. Hang on, I don't know what's going on here. Hang on. Thank you for that. Like I said, it's just getting to the point where I am. Thank you, Ocean's daughter. That was very sweet of you. Thank you, hon. I'm just so sick and tired of these porn things coming up. It's fucking disgusting. And thank you for reporting them, Inc. I really do appreciate that, sweetheart. Thank you. No, but like I said, I'm over it all. You know what I mean? I only have a little bit to go, guys, before the shed's mine. So come on. But it's fine. But like I said, I'm just at the point now where it gets a lot. It's very, very hard to be able to keep on track and keep an eye on everything that is going on. And like I said, it comes down to I want people to come into my chat and feel as though they're here because they're valid, because they're them. Not because I'm not going to suddenly start treating Bubsy or Ocean's Girl any differently, no disrespect when I say it, because they donated to my shed fund. I'm not going to start treating them any differently than I would any other time. And that might make me sound like a bitch doing that, but why would I then suddenly start playing favorites with people? Like, I have people that are my mods and all the rest of that are important to me, and they're here because of the fact that they have been bullied from other channels. I have people here that used to listen to me when I was on a panel with another creator, and they like to hear what I had to say. Whereas, sorry, I'm highlighting comment. No, don't want to highlight that shit. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't mean to highlight that. That was disgusting of me. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm going to highlight that because that's beautiful. Thank you, Ocean's daughter. That's really beautiful of you, hon. Thank you. I'd rather highlight something beautiful like that than what I actually originally highlighted. Sorry, guys. But thank you. That's beautiful. But like I said, I only have a little bit to go, guys. So come on. Let's see if I can, before I end tonight's live, let's see if I can reach the target I need to so I can go to Bunnings tomorrow and buy the bloody thing. But like I said, it comes down to the fact that, like I said, I'm not going to treat this person any different than I'll treat this person, because this person has been with me from the beginning and this person's just joined, or this person donated this much to help me with my shed fund, and yet this person donated so much more. It's not like that. And yet there are so many fucking creators out there who ignore chat but acknowledge the people who donate. Like, I'm not able to pay with money, but I pay with my time and my patience and my understanding and my appreciation for people just coming in to listen to me ramble on. You know what I mean? I appreciate everyone that does that. And if there are people in the background that choose not to participate in chat, that's their choice. That's not up to me to throw judgment to the wind and hope for the best that it doesn't come back and hit me in the head. I'm fine. I don't mind. You know, like, when you criticize people enough, you're not only fucking throwing horse shit against a fucking small desktop fan, you're throwing it against a big, massive 2-story Velocity fan, guys, and it's going to come back and smack you in the face. So before you start judging people or making people feel inadequate or make them feel like shit, take a step back and realize what you're fucking doing. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Ink. At the beginning of each day, Ink, just stand at the foot of your bed, and providing no one's around you so they don't think you're going weird, just stand beside your bed and scream as loud as you could. Enough is enough. And that goes for anyone that's been bullied. Because it's about time we all take a stand and say enough is enough. Because I know what it's like to be bullied. I know what it's like to be in a domestic violent relationship. I know what it's like to be taken advantage of, not raping, sorry for the trigger, but sexually taken advantage of, where you think that someone really does care about you and they don't. They only want you for your body, or they only want you for when they want something. But when you need them, they're nowhere to be bloody found. I know what all those sorts of feelings feel like. I know what it feels like to be like not feel like you're appreciated by anybody. I know how that feels. I know how damaging that can be. Oh, thank you, Ocean's daughter. That's very sweet. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That's even beautiful. Thank you. That's really sweet. If my voice relaxes you, shit. Okay. I don't know how to take that. I've never been told that my voice relaxes people before, but thank you. But here's the thing. I know this might sound like I'm being full of myself here, but I'm as real as I can be. I'm the same person on here as I am off here. Like I went out with a little while yesterday with my brother. That was fun. And it was because the fact that I would say something and he would go, "Oh, Tammy," but then excuse me, but then he'll come out with something just as gross. Like I'm the kind of person that I can, as bad as it is and as horrible as it is, and it's going to make me sound like a bitch, I try and make everything funny as possibly as I can. And then I can turn pretty much anything into a sick situation. I think I upset my mum a while ago, but she chuckled. But then I think she reported me to my brother, and I got in trouble. But no, I won't even tell that story because it's just TMI from Tammy's world. But let's just say I upset my mum at one point, but at the time she thought it was funny. But I love embarrassing my mum when we're out because I'm taller than my mum, and she always thinks we're the same height. And it's like, no, we're not. I can rest my arm on her shoulder or on her head, and I'm standing there quite comfortably. And then with her, if she tries to reach my shoulder, she puts her hand there, but she can't put her arm on my shoulder. So just by saying that, I'm sure I'm taller. Well, you're a very dear friend to me, Ink. And you mean a lot to me. And when I don't hear from you, I do worry, believe it or not. You might not think so because you don't hear from me, but I do worry about you, hun, because I know enough about you to know that I'm entitled to worry. But I seriously, Ocean's daughter, how do you find this voice relaxing? I don't get it. I'm sorry, but I don't get it. I don't understand how anyone can find this voice relaxing. It's weird, but it's fine. It's all good. Take it as a compliment. Got to take the good with the bad with the ugly. And that's me all in one. But but like I said, like if you have a channel here on I nearly said Facebook. If you have a channel here on YouTube, for fuck's sake, use it for the right reasons. Don't use it to treat people like shit because you think you're untouchable because you're behind a camera or you're behind a keyboard or whatever. Please don't think that you're untouchable because at the end of the day, you're fucking not. All right? Your channel is set out to hurt people. Close your channel down now. If your channel here is for helping people and making people feel as though they're not alone, then keep your channel. But if you're going to have people on there that are going to verbally degrade someone, don't have them on your panel. Or have them on panel, but then have them constantly on mute. Do not allow someone to come, don't allow your panel or your channel, whatever they may be, don't allow it to be full of hate. Thank you, Ish. Oh, and we love you, Ink. Thank you, Ocean's daughter. You don't know why my voice is relaxing, but it is. All right, let's see. Let's check this out. You're feeling sleepy. I don't even want to do that because then I'll fall asleep and then I'll be like, and you don't tune in to hear me snore. You know what I mean? You tune in because you either find me funny, you find my voice relaxing. I don't know how, but you do. And yeah, it's all good. Like, since I spoke to you last, Ink, I've had my 40th birthday. I think you were in my 40th birthday celebrations. I can't remember. Where are you from again, Ocean's daughter? I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm really bad remembering where people are from. Like, I know that I'm from the planet Uranus, and then I moved to planet Venus, nearly moved to Mars, and then I moved to Earth. So I've moved around quite a bit in my life. Oh, I made myself laugh. That is disgusting. Yeah, so anyhow, no, I'll say that again. I lived on Venus, all right? And then potentially, if I went that way, I could have transferred to Uranus, but I didn't. I moved to Earth. How's that sound? Yes, exactly, Ocean's daughter. Oh, no snoring on your panel. Okay. Aye. Ink. Philadelphia. I would love to go to Philadelphia because that sounds like a beautiful place. I would love to go to so many places, but it's just so fucking hard to get the money together. And I can't even raise fucking 200 or 300 bucks. I can't even remember. Hang on, I'll look at my invoice. Give me one sec, guys. I will be back. Yep, I have 300, but I've raised a quarter of that. So to speak. Oh, hang on, nearly half of that. So I am hoping, and I mean, I'm really hoping that I can raise the rest before I end tonight's live so I can go, like I said, to the Bunnings people tomorrow and pay it off and say, here you go, blah, 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 take my money and fucking, because, like I said, I am trying my hardest. See how we go. Might happen, it might not, but I'm hoping it does. Excuse me. Whew. I'm so sorry. I keep burping. And I don't mean to do it so close to the phone, so I am sorry. But I'm pretty sure you guys would rather hear a burp than a fart or a fucking snoring, because my lovely friend Ink has told me I'm not allowed to snore on panel, which is fine. But yeah. Yes, I don't like when that happens. Yes, I can understand and relate to that very well, Ink. Believe it or not, I can relate to that very well. Like I remember, okay, this happened ages and ages and ages ago, guys. Okay, but the thing is that's really weird is that this is a story I've told before, but I'll tell it again because it kind of makes me laugh now. When I was at a particular supermarket here in Adelaide, I was there with my partner, and I sent my partner to a different aisle. Big mistake. That he couldn't find what I was looking for, but he stayed down there till then I joined him. But there was this guy who came up to me and goes, he goes, oh, I recognise your voice. And this is how he spoke, so I'm not imitating him to be disrespectful, because I really like your voice and I recognise it. And I'm like, oh, you probably heard me in a different aisle. And he goes, nah, wasn't there. And then we were going back and forth where he could have heard it from. And then his partner or caregiver or whatever the fuck it was comes up, looks like a fucking space cadet on fucking heroin. So, pretty fucked up. And he goes, I really wish I could remember when I've heard your voice. And I'm like, I'm really sorry, but I don't know. I can't get inside your head. And she like smacks her partner on the shoulder and she goes, it's Tammy from True Crime Discussions on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, the one time I don't want to be recognised for my voice, it was that time. He goes, oh, yeah, I like you. I'm like, yeah, so much that you didn't even know how the fuck you heard my voice. But anyway, she goes, you're really good, hey. You know, like you have this ability to make people take their minds off the case you're actually talking about. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And then there's him looking down, but looking up through his, Harry Potter glasses. He goes, oh, but I really like you, hey. And I'm like, that's nice. And then my partner came up, and that's the only time I was happy that he put his hand on me. Like, I'm on the base of my spine in public because it sometimes annoys me because of my lower back pain. It doesn't help when someone puts a bit of pressure on there. He goes, is everything all right here? I'm like, yeah, meet two of my fans. And then the guy goes, you're a lucky guy, but I like you. I really like your voice. When are you going live next? And me being the fucking idiot that I am, I told my partner when I was going live next, and he goes, oh, she's going live tonight. And he goes, oh, I'll be there. And I've never wanted to rip someone's throat out as much as I did at that moment when my partner said, oh, she's going live tonight. But I didn't see them at all in my chat engaging, going, oh, it's such and such from when I saw you at Coles. And I just wanted to, it freaked me out. So, yeah, definitely ick. But it just goes to show that there might be times when I might need to disguise my voice. And no, I don't have a voice changer. No, I don't intend to get one. Yes, they're too expensive. How do I know that? Is because there was a time when I thought if I'm going to go live on YouTube, I might want to change my voice at some point. But then I thought I can change my own voice without a voice changer. And with that money, I can achieve money. And I'm not going to buy a voice changer. No, I've had no intention apart from that one time. And 3, I'm fine doing my own voices. I don't need a machine or an app or whatever to do it for me. So, yes, I think I'm pretty sure I still remember who she's referring to. It's just sad that Ink has to go through that as often as she does, and for as long as she has. She doesn't deserve it. So I'm here for you, Ink. But after this live, I am going to bed, so I can't be here for you, but I'll be there for you if you need me any other time. Just know you're safe here, hon. But no, it's really disturbing when you're in the supermarket and people recognize your voice. And one time there was another guy who, when I was talking to the lady at the service deli where they sell cold meats to go in sandwiches and all that sort of shit. And I was going, hi, can I please have some ham? And I can't remember what else I said, but it was a term I used on my channel. And this guy, fucking dreadlocks, fucking piercing on nearly every part of his face that he could. So he looked like he went, cunt up in a tackle box, so to speak, if he had super glue on his face before he went. Yeah. And then I said, yeah. I go, yeah, I would like some of that, please. And could you cut some of that ham, but a little bit thicker than it is there? And the guy then swung back around and he walked off. And then she goes, Tammy, I've seen you here plenty of times. Why are you doing that? I'm like, well, now that I have a YouTube channel and I came across a fucking drongo at a different Coles who was all like, I like you, I have to sometimes disguise my voice. And she goes, oh, okay. I'm like, I don't know if I do a good job at it, but, on my panel, I don't talk like this. I talk like this, And she goes, oh, okay, fair enough. And I'm just there going, fucking hell. And then I see the same guy down a different aisle. And the thing is, though, my brother's now used to me changing my voice in a split second. So if anyone recognizes my voice, because as you all know, I very rarely show my face on camera. If someone looks at me strange and does the quizzical look, I change my voice. So it's like, don't recognize it, please. And they 9 out of 10 times, then they just look back in disappointment. I don't mind being recognized, but when they look like people that could either rip out my hand with a single, or rip out my heart without any equipment, or kill me with one fucking swipe of a fucking knife, of course I'm going to disguise my voice. But yeah, but that's just me though, because I don't mind talking like this, but if someone's on panel with me, I try and let them do most of the talking because I want people to get to know them. And if they have a channel, same thing, if people want to come up here and advertise their channel, whatever's happening in that live, at any time you want to come up here and do that, like Ocean's Daughter, Inc. If either one of you have a channel, you're more than welcome. If you feel comfortable and confident enough, you're both welcome to come up here and discuss your channels, and then, that's fine. But if you're not, just find me on Facebook, add me, and let me know what you want me to say, and I'll advertise your channel for you. But sometimes it's good for the channel creator to come up and discuss their channel. Yes, it's very scary. That guy from Coles who actually recognised my voice, my God. He looked he looked innocent enough, but you can't be sure these days. Do you think that Shanann knew that Chris was going to kill her? Oh, it's okay, Ink. Oh, thank you, Ocean's Daughter. I'd like to think I am, but I'm not. Like, there was this, another time when this woman, she was standing there, and no shit, she honestly looked like, roadkill killed twice. And she had a little kid near her one time. And I had my eldest nephew, so this was a very, very long time ago. It's going back about, 15, 20 years ago now, give or take. And my nephew was crying, and my nephew at the time was a very big fan of Elmo. And so I started doing the voice of Elmo to try and calm him down. And he absolutely loved it. And then like I said, this woman who looked like roadkill ran over twice. She came up to me and she goes,
Do you do the voice of Elmo?
I'm like, not in the real world, no, just the way I do it here to entertain my nephew. And she goes,
I'll tell you what, if I hire an Elmo costume, would you consider coming as Elmo to impress my kid here?
And I'm like, nope.
And she's, oh, come on. I'm like,
no. This is something I strictly do for my nephews, or nephew at the time. And then, yeah. And then I just sometimes do it like if I'm on a bus and there's like a crying little kid in front of me, I'll sometimes either I go Elmo's voice, and I'll go,
no need to cry. Elmo loves you. Sleepy.
And I did that once, and the little kid went to sleep, and the woman turned around and snapped at me, and it's just like, well, fuck, okay. Allow your kid to scream on the bus and annoy every fucker on here. That's fine. Or there was a time when I saw a little kid getting ready to go and get their immunisation. He had a Kermit the Frog bib on. So I went, Kermit the Frog loves you. Kermit loves you. Be brave. And stuff like that. And the mum was very grateful when she came out. I was, still waiting. And she goes, thank you for what you did. My child behaved very well and didn't cry in the getting his immunisations. I'm like, you're welcome, Mama. And she was really appreciative of it because I stayed not throughout the whole time she was gone, but I stayed in character. So I went, well done, young man. You stayed very brave. Kermit's proud. And then they left. I'm like, oh, thank fuck, now my throat can rest. You know what I mean? Like, I used to love doing that sort of stuff. Hey, Rosalie, how you doing, sweetheart? I used to do that sort of stuff to try and, just do something to keep kids occupied. Thing is, I used to, when people would go, can you do Miss Piggy? I'm like, yeah, I can. They go, can you do it? I'm like, I'm doing it now. How's it going? And people would get upset with me. But no, I don't understand how some parents are more receptive to it, but then there's other ones who go, oh, if I buy a red fuzzy costume, can you come over and do it? No. Hell no. If they look like you with road twice, I would hate to dread what the other parents look like. You could be twice, this one could be 3 times, this one could be 4. No. I'm sorry, but no. No, 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 no. I can't, no. There's only so much roadkill you can see, and when you're looking through the Elmo things, and plus it was in the middle of summer as well. But then I just turned to the little girl and just go,
Elmo loves you. Happy birthday.
And the mum was happy with that. And then instead of holding her daughter's hand, she grabbed her daughter by the wrist and stormed out of the shopping centre, so to speak. It's like, grow the fuck up, love. Go hire a professional. I'm not. But yeah. So how you been, Rosalie, Ocean's Daughter, and Ink? The 4 people that are participating. How are you, ladies? I'm going to stop talking and allow you go. Because I'm nearly reached my target for my shed, Rosalie. Nearly there. I'm just over halfway. Just under halfway, but I'm getting there, and I'm hoping by the end of tonight's live I've reached the target. So here's hoping, fingers crossed to the all the way, because I really want to get it sorted tomorrow. So fingers crossed. And I had a very good sleep today. A little bit too long, I think. But yeah, I just see it as life's too short to be down in the dumps, and what better way to get revenge on the people that don't like you? Be happy. So I'm trying my hardest to do that and see how we go and to see what happens, whether it happens tonight or whenever. Yes, I only have about 160, 250 to go. That sounds like a lot, I know, but I'm hoping that I can get there, and people choose to donate while I sleep. That would be amazing. But like I said, I'm not holding my breath about it, but in a lot of ways I'm hoping, and where there's hope, there's faith. Where there's faith, there's hope. And where there's hope, there's belief. And where there's belief, there's always that wish, So fingers crossed all the way to the bank. But I'm not counting on it too much. But like I said, I just have to believe, And here's what's weird, guys, is the fact that what do you call it? I don't know. I just hope it happens. Oh, Ocean's Daughter, I have more than back problems. Whew, where do I start? Jesus. I'm not going to go there. But I have more than just back issues. And my doctor reckons the reason I have my back issues is because of my big boobs. And I just want to, no, that's not it, because it's the fucking lower back. Not the lower back. The upper back. If it was the upper back, then yeah, maybe. But it's the lower back that fucking hurts. Like, ugh. But what can you do? And that's what I'm hoping for tonight, Rosalie, is that I'm really hoping that I succeed at this, and then I can turn around and go, my subscribers helped me in more ways than one. And I would be thanking I won't be able to thank every single person individually, because some people don't want to be acknowledged for that. You're also nuts. It helps. Okay. Thank you for sharing that, Ocean's Daughter. That's what happens. If you're in my chat, you can be nuts, you can be crazy, you can be a bitch, you can be an asshole. But at the end of the day, as long as you're happy with what you say and put out there in the world, fuck what anyone else thinks. Because I am so at the point in my personal life where I'm more cautious of what I discuss on my panel when it comes to true crime than I am about my dear friends, well-being and all the rest of that sort of stuff. But when it comes to the haters, all I can do is stick my finger up at them and go, fuck you from afar. Or if they're real assholes, I go, hey, guess what? I have, what was it? Roses are red, violets are blue. I have 5 fingers and the middle one's for you. And I was told that by a friend. And I thought that was fucking awesome. And so that's going to be my new thing. If people have issues with me, thank you. Yes. Be as nutty as you want, but be respectful. That's the way. But like I said, I don't care what people think of me anymore. There was a time when I did, and it scared me because it made me think that, one false move and my house of cards is going to come tumbling down. But now it's like, be who you want to be. Don't be what other people want you to be, but be respectful at the same time. And I couldn't agree with that anymore if I tried, because I am who I am. Hang on a second. What did you just write there, Nick? Tammy's PayPal is... Oh, thank you. The PayPal link is in the description if any of you want to. It's easier to just press the link that way, and then Yeah. Thank you, though, Ink. That's really appreciative, sweetheart. Yes, and thanks everyone who has and everyone that will donate if you choose to. But like I said, it just comes down to the fact that this is something I learned from a very, 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 very dear friend of mine, is that if you do things to try and please everybody, when are you going to find room to please you? That sounds so disgusting, but I mean this in a clean way, guys. If you spend your whole life trying to please each person, when are you going to find time to make yourself happy and please yourself? Because I'll be honest with you, there is okay, I'll mention her by name because she's in here. Rosaline. Absolutely adorable woman. Think a lot of her. Love her to bits. She has a Gina Davis voice, guys. So if she's ever on panel with me, I'll be amazed and honoured. So if you want to pop up at Rosaline, let me know. I'll drop the link. Thing is, though, is that I used to be afraid of her. Don't know why. It's just the fact that she is very talented with the way she can calm a situation down, the way she can just be her. And she doesn't try and put on this persona as though she's somebody that she's not. And she has and from what I've observed, and I'm sorry if this is disrespectful, Rosaline, she has the kind of attitude, fuck what you think of me, it's what I think of me that counts. And that is something that I picked up from her over watching her for the last year and a bit. Because she has this ability that if I'm talking too fast, she'll go, Tammy. Roll her eyes a bit. Tammy. I'm like, yeah, talk slower. I'm like, fuck. Because I'm nervous. If I'm on panel with Rosaline, I'm very nervous, so I talk real quick. And I adore her. Okay, hang on. I don't know if when she wrote, I will be honoured, I don't know if she meant that to come up. But anywho, I'm dropping the link anyway, guys. So time would tell. But I'm a huge fan of her. I think she is the one person that if I ever did, you must say I have met her, but I haven't met her in person. I don't know, she's cool. And she has a very relaxing voice. And that's what you think my voice is relaxing, Ocean's daughter. Oh my God, Rosalind's is so much more relaxing than mine will ever be. And I always thought to myself, if she ever did those, lucid dreaming sleep videos, I'd be out like a fucking lion. But I absolutely adore Rosalind. She's got a beautiful heart, and yeah, I love her to bits. I want to call her Auntie Rosalind, but I don't know how she'll react to that. So until I have her consent, she'll just be Rosalind. Oh my God! Time to hear a nervous Tammy, guys. Oh, hey baby, wave! Yeah, she's backstage, guys. And welcome to the panel, Rosalind.
Hello.
Yay!
Oh my gosh. Okay, I just rolled out of
How
bed.
you doing, darling?
I'm just saying. I am doing well. How are you?
I'm
Look, I just
good. I'm good.
first cuppa. First cuppa.
Yay!
And it
And I'm glad
feels
to join you with
warm,
it.
you know? And
Yes.
I'm on my laptop, so my voice will not come across as deeply as it does on the other mic. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's all right.
thank you for inviting me. That's so sweet. You said so many
Anytime.
wonderful things. And let me
Oh, I just think you're adorable. I love you to bits. I've been worried
thank
about you
you.
though. And this
Well,
is like, yes.
what happened what had happened was um I am trying to find the live on my YouTube so I can make sure the sound is down. Just give me a second to coordinate things here. I'm so sorry. What had happened was there were creators out there that were saying I was doing it. I was on their channel to get views. I was on their channel to get my name linked with theirs somehow. And it was like, yeah,
Oh,
no, you are not important to me. Okay. But I am here to disperse the wisdom of age that I happen to be blessed with that, oh, and now it won't pop out. Phooey. Okay. I'm not going to be able to see chat. Okay, so what happened was there's a couple of creators out there that are not able to see the true me, and made assumptions and took things personal. And I'm big on the four agreements, and they were not following the four agreements as I know them to be. And they were
Yep.
assuming things, and they were projecting, and it's like, you know what? I don't need this. I'm grown. I don't need this stuff in
Exactly.
my life. Because once you hit a certain number, ladies in the chat, and ladies and gentlemen, if there are any in the chat and the replay, once you get to a certain age, it doesn't freaking matter anymore. Once you have one
Honey,
or
you're on.
two near-death experiences, you realize how precious life is, and you realize that the baloney that happens on YouTube and the trash that people throw at you, they don't know you. So it
Exactly.
doesn't
And by the way,
freaking matter.
on my channel, you can say the F-bomb. You don't have to say frickin'. You can say fucking.
Oh, I probably trained myself to do that
Oh,
because kids at work.
oh no,
Yeah,
that's
so
cool, doll. I just want you to know that you're welcome to swear if you need to. It's all good. I know you don't like swearing, but shit happens.
well, it has its place. It has its place. I'm trying to figure out where the live went, and I'm not having it.
Okay, you know where private chat is, where you were back when you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. It's next to it. It says public chat.
Okay, no, and I can see that, but I was going to see if I was a wrench so I can get rid of those spammers that just came up.
Oh, the other wrenches can take care of that because I've already blocked them,
And maybe they already
and they're
did,
still coming back. Okay,
but
I can't see who blocks them, but I already blocked it when it came in last time. Please block them if
okay.
you can, guys.
There is a way.
Oh,
I know there's a
since I you're on
way
my
that you
panel.
can stop. I'm just another kid on the block, okay?
Baby, you're my
Really, I'm
sweet.
just
I
another kid on.
adore you. I want to call you Auntie Rosaline because you're like a, I
Call
do
me
have an
whatever
auntie,
you
but she's a bitch.
call me whatever you like, as long as it's a
It's
sign
not
of
late
some
for
kind
dinner.
of respect. I'm happy with that. Hey, shut the fuck up, Donnie. I see you. Yeah.
You said the word. Well done.
Look, I came from New York City. I grew up in New York, just outside New York City, and came to the middle of the United States, where having an accent was a bad thing because when I came here, when I did, it was like going back in time 50 years. And coming from a blue state to a red state may not mean a lot to a whole lot of people, but it was very controlled, very foreign to me. It was like moving to a foreign country. And I had to adapt and get this nice, calming voice so that people would not be offended when I spoke with them. Just because I was from New York and I talk strong and I had this shoulder thing going on in the face, and people think you're mean. Like, and sometimes I forget to soften the look, and I still come across as harsh because I don't care. And I can get
That's
silly
it.
about it now. I'm sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead.
How long did I was going to say? How long did it take you to not necessarily lose your New York accent, but how did it go about like getting the voice, like the accent you have now? Because you don't sound very New Yorkish.
It's a conscious effort in my speak. Yeah, it's a conscious look. I had to stop and think. Okay, get the accent straight. Every time I speak to someone in my area, I have to.
Yeah. You're breaking up, though. You froze. She's telling us how she lost her New York accent. She's frozen.
Okay, can you see me now?
Yep.
Hello. Okay,
Yeah, you're there.
I'm going. Are you going to be here for a minute? I can set up in the other room.
Yeah, I'll be here for a while.
Okay, let me go set up because that's got a better connection. I'm hardwired there and everything. So
All right,
don't say
cool.
bad things about me while I'm gone. But I'll
I
go
won't,
switch.
though. I'll
Okay.
speak to you soon.
Love
Okay,
you, Dal.
bye.
Bye.
Love you too. Oh, that was Rosaline, guys. She is so beautiful. That's one of the first times I've actually heard her address someone as "Shut the fuck up, Donnie." I know who "Shut the fuck up, Donnie" is, but it's funny. Welcome to everybody that's in here and participating in chat. I hope you enjoy your time here. Rosaline will be right back to join me, which is awesome because I absolutely adore her. Her voice just relaxes me. But as she was talking, my phone dropped down to 5%. I'm like, fuck. I need to go in my room and put my phone on charge so I can continue doing my live. Shit. But she's going to be back soon, guys. Thank you all so much for sticking around. I know that it was going to be, I just want people to know, if you want to join me on panel with Rosaline, please feel free. I'll drop the link again in case it's gone past its viewpoint. And also, so then Rosaline can find it easier when she comes back in here. But no, she has a beautiful heart, guys, and she has a way of relaxing me. And it's like, when she's on like Jet's mum's panel, it's just, I listen and I'm like, so relaxing. But yeah, I'm here for a little while yet, guys. I want to try and reach my target for the shed. So I'm going to try and stay here for as long as I possibly can, and hopefully it works. And if it doesn't, then I'll have to wait until, but I've only got 2 weeks, guys. So if you can help, please do. Any little bit of amount helps. Just remember that, okay? But don't feel pressured. Don't feel like you have to. Don't feel obligated. Don't anything like that. Just, oh shit, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Am I still here? Yep. But yeah. Just recovering. Oh, okay. I hope you're okay, Donnie. I hope you are. Is Donnie short for anything? I'm sorry if that sounds like I'm being rude. Oh, I love when Donnie comes in here because she or he, I'm not sure. I can't remember. But yeah. But thank you for who deleted those horrible, disgusting things. Thank you. You reported them as well. Excellent. Thanks, Ink. You're an absolute sweetheart for doing that. Thank you. Oh, fuck. So yeah, if you can help me, please do. If you can't, please stick around and enjoy the rest of the show. That's all good. I'm enjoying doing this. This is very, and Rosaline is back. I think it's Rosaline. Yes, it is. Welcome back. Stop buffering. There we are.
So I've changed my.
I like how your
setup.
hair's awesome. I love your hair.
Thank you. And I'm learning to say just thank you instead of, oh God, no, ew.
Take it as. How long is your hair?
Actually, it's to here right now, but it's curly, so it's actually another 2-3 inches longer. And what I normally do is I set it, I always have it up here.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was confused at one point, because when you were on Jet's mum's panel, when you were over there visiting her, your hair was long. I'm thinking, Jet's mum's wearing a wig, but is Rosaline?
We were both wigs on that one.
Yeah.
Because I had promised her I would take my wigs out and we would play some.
I actually thought she did something different with her hair completely, and then I thought, no, Tammy, it's a wig. I'm like, oh, whoops.
Yeah. And then we switched. We went off camera and we switched. That was fun.
That's cute. But as you were saying before about what happened and stuff, I'm sorry that happened to you, because you deserve respect, because you're one of the rare ones.
Thank you. Yeah, and
oh my God, that's the first time I've seen you without your glasses.
Contacts and new teeth, and I'm rolling. I'm rolling. These yeah, I'm not used to all this being exposed, and it won't pull down right now because it's so curled. And the thing is, this is my natural hair. This is my natural hair. So,
like I say, your natural hair, like you've had fake hair once upon a time.
Well, I usually straighten it or plop it on top of my head. And
did your hair ever? I'm not saying this to sound nosy, and please understand. I'm not saying to be disrespectful. When you have your hair up in like your bun or your ponytail, or whatever, does your hair ever mat together, like go into clumps when you take it down?
It's not quite that curly. It's not quite that curly.
My hair's dead straight, and not dead straight. I shouldn't say that, but it's very straight, and my hair does, because I'll do it up in like a messy bun. And then my hand's too painful to take out the hair ties. So then it all like clumps together and makes me look like I've got and then when you take the hair out, it's like, am I even wearing hair ties? Because it just stays there.
It stays that way. Yeah. Well, I use a lot of product in my hair to help the individual curls be, pardon me, individual curls, and to allow it to form to its natural curl. So
Yeah.
when I put it up in the floppy thing I do, it's because I want to make it look like a mullet, but not. But for a lady, that's not a bad look if you carry it off well. I mean, normally, um, but that's the closest thing I could think because it's tight on the sides and everything's on the top and it kind of falls back.
Yeah.
And for me, I found that is a look that I can deal with, that I feel like
Yeah.
it flatters me. I don't think this is flattering. Of course, again, just woke up. But got my base on for lotion, but yeah, that's about it.
Well, I think you're very beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
and for those who are wondering, no, I'm not cracking onto Rosalie. I'm straight. Rosalie's straight. Don't stress.
Right. It's
Okay.
just a friendship and it's okay to show love for your friends.
Exactly. But there
And,
could
and
be
that's,
idiots in the background that think I'm hitting on
oh
you.
my God. Yeah.
And
That's
for
just
those
true.
in the background who want to think that, I'm into dick, okay? I'm not into chick. I'm not into my own body parts on someone else.
Seeing that.
Sorry.
Thank you, but no. Oh my
I'm
goodness.
very outspoken on my own panel, so you might get used to that. You might not. I don't know. But
No, you're fine. I've watched enough of you and we've visited on other people's panels and things
yes,
that we're good. We're really good.
I'm
And
so shocked that you're on my panel.
well, thank you. I mean, I'm just another person living in the
But
USA. It's
yeah, but you've got a beautiful heart, and you've always put me at ease. Like I said before you came up here, the other time just before, I was saying about how if I'm talking too fast, you'll say my name about 3 or 4 times, so you get my attention. Then you go, slow down.
well, also that's the gift of age to go. Excuse me, you. Shut up. You, can you please speak up? And you, just give me a minute. Because it gets to a point where if this many people are trying to get your attention for whatever reason,
Yeah,
then I need to set some boundaries because you know what? For agreements, they don't know me and I don't
exactly,
know them. I mean, I'm calling you friend and I'm up here on your panel, but you and I really don't know each other. We know of
exactly.
each other. We know things about each other, and that makes us want to know more. So we keep coming together, which is a good thing. And
Yeah, exactly.
and and the thing is, because I tend to be rather direct, like yourself, there are times when people just misunderstand and think I'm being a bitch. And you know what? If that's what they want to think, who am I to change your mind, right? I
Exactly. Like
am
when people call me a bitch, I'm like, yeah, how did you know what zodiac I am in the Chinese zodiac? That's
right.
amazing.
It's amazing. God, you got it right on that. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I'm
they
not
call me
even on the cusp, right? I'm a direct bitch.
exactly. And then when people go, oh, you're so two-faced, I'm like, how did you know I was a Gemini?
Right.
Fuck. Like this,
Oh yeah.
like I'm a two-faced bitch who was named after an Irish date palm.
Oh
Like, thank you
my
so
goodness.
much. You just like I
Oh
said
no.
before, I'm at the stage where I don't care what people think of me. Yeah, if I swear too much and you don't like it, there's the exit. But a lot of people like the
Right.
way Australians swear, apparently. So
Well,
it's
it's
very,
unique.
yeah.
Every
Well,
culture
I
has
call
their
my
own unique way.
yes, like how people from London go, oh fuck, or Indians go, oh fuck. Like
It's still
I
not
find it
there.
all funny. I always make sure that anyone that appears on my panel has to swear at least once,
Oh fuck,
or
I'm
it's
not doing that shit. I would never do that shit. What the fuck's wrong with you? Jeez.
oh, where do I start? Well,
No. We won't go into that list. We're laughing right now. Neither one of
yeah.
us wants to pull out lists. It's
I was
okay.
just going to say, have you known or seen my parents? Like, can't see my dad because, well, actually, you can see my dad every time you ash a cigarette. You see my dad, his ash, because he was cremated.
Oh, that's bad. Ink, I had to
Um,
break away from it. Ink is saying they say the F bomb a lot. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that because it's a perfect expletive for a lot of different things. But I've recently had people come against me saying I said certain things that I know are not in my purview to discuss or say out loud in that particular situation. And
Mhm.
there's another
Yeah, I've
scam on
just
the
seen it.
link. Okay.
What the?
Um,
They're all blocked on my end, though. That's what I don't get.
they may be blocked, but there's a way when you go live in this YouTube studios to mark subscribers only. And I know that may not be what you want to do, but you can put subscribers for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And that usually stops that kind of thing. At least it
Yeah,
holds it
I
down.
might
So,
have to look into how to do that because I don't know how to do that with my phone. So I might have to get someone to help me with
oh,
that.
right. You're on the phone. I have no clue.
Mm.
I was going to say, if it's
Neither do I.
StreamYard, I could, or if it's YouTube Studios, I could do a share screen and show you, but I don't know about phones. I'm
No,
boomer,
and plus,
boomer.
yeah, well, that's it. It's for me, it's very, very frustrating, and like I've unsubscribed to a lot of channels that are for me personally massive, massive triggers, and then I get messages. How come I don't see you in my chat? Well, because you're a
Trigger.
weirdo. Yeah, because if you try saying a trigger, then they go, "Oh, what is it about it that's a trigger?" And I'm like, "I really don't want to talk about it." And they're like, "Well, why not?" Because it's a
It's
fucking
triggering.
trigger.
What part of trigger do you not understand?
Do you think trigger only means because it's on a gun or a water pistol or something? Do you think that's what
Right.
people mean by saying trigger?
Oh
Sorry
my
if that
goodness.
did trigger anybody.
You're so freaking polite. I mean, geez, excuse me. You're so fucking polite.
Oh, well, I have to be because if I don't, then I'll get people thinking I'm a bitch, and it's like I am a bitch, but I want to be a polite bitch, because I just worry that if I upset anybody, then they will report me and think being harassing and bullying. So I've got to make sure I don't break any of those.
That
I don't want to end up like another
see, and
creator who
that's what started.
had their
I'm
channel
sorry.
terminated.
No, I totally
That's okay.
understand, and that's why I. Hey, Andy, it's good to see you, sweetie. Surprise.
That's my
Um,
brother.
yes, I know. It's wonderful. 88th
Oh,
slice of the cake. That's a thin cut cake. Just saying. Or a huge
oh,
cake.
and
I'm not sure which.
okay, I just got to quickly answer his question. I did in the beginning of the live. I talked a little bit about the Watts, how it's been 4 years today that they were taken, and then I thought, to not necessarily wrap things up, but to get people thinking about happier things, I changed the subject. I just wanted to commemorate whatever the word is, commemorate the fact that it has been 4 years and put my little thing out, like my thoughts are with both families, blah, blah, blah. Talked a little bit about the case of my theories, and now I've changed the subject.
And we're
So
on
that's
to
what it was
happier
4 years ago
things.
today. Exactly. Things that can
Yeah.
be joy. And I have one of my dear friends, Rosa Ling, up here, who I absolutely adore. So be nice. And
So
it's not
sweet.
like, and he doesn't like thinking about the Watts case because it pisses him off. Is
Yeah,
that
it tends to strike a lot of people in different ways. It is what it is, right? It happened, and it's a shame. And there's so many things we can speculate about, but we don't know. Again, it's not it's not known yet. Yeah, there have been decisions, but you know what? I am not, believe it or not, a true crime enthusiast. I'm not. I am not a drama enthusiast. So, again, going back to that particular creator that said these wonderful things about me, I decided that, you know what? I had a channel. I still have a channel. It's not like I deleted it or anything. But I'm not here for the views. I'm not here for any money because God knows you don't make money on YouTube
that's
unless
true?
you're, yeah, check out the if anybody's curious what any creator is actually netting in YouTube, go to socialblade.com. You type in their name. You don't have to cost, and it doesn't cost anything. You don't have to sign up or nothing. Just socialblade.com, and you will see that YouTube is not going to support you the rest of your life
Exactly.
unless
Save
you're.
Robbie did mine, and I make between 18 cents and $4 a month.
Ooh,
Oh,
look at you
I'm
go.
yes, I'll
You're going to
see
be
you when
rich in
you're
no time.
102. So I could buy myself with that a loaf of bread and just hope it lasts a month, and some butter or margarine. Hope for the best. That's a special
Right.
monthly sandwiches.
Oh my goodness.
So
It comes,
there you
that's
go.
where the
That's very.
88 slice
When I
comes
heard
from,
that, I was
right?
mortified.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. 88 slices of bread, just cut each piece in half
Just
and
keep
quarter
going.
it, and that's how much I can make a tiny little square sandwich per month, and that's what I live on, guys.
Wow. Yeah, I know. It can be tight. I finally reached the point in my life where I'm financially secure. And it
Oh,
is such a freeing
congratulations.
feeling. And thank you. And I'm at a point where I can sometimes give a little bit here and a little bit there, when it feels right, and I'm looking at what you've said earlier and I'm thinking, let's do the numbers. Not yet. Okay. Sorry. But
That's fine.
it's I'm quite up there in years, and I had to start looking at what is the end of life going to be like? What are my later years going to be like? Because, oh, look, they're here. And how are we gonna spend this time? Do you want to work the rest of your life? Oh, fuck no. For this company? Oh, fuck no. But but the thing is, I have to have some kind of funds on an ongoing basis to buy groceries. The
Yeah,
the bare essentials like you're on right now, right?
yeah.
So
It's annoying though,
yeah, it's
because
not
it's like,
easy.
no, it's not. Like, I try my hardest, and this is going to make me sound like such a douche.
No, no,
I
no.
buy over here. We have a brand of cheese over here called Cheer. It used to be called Coon, but then it was apparently racist, so they changed it to Cheer. And like,
I'm sorry, that's good.
no, it's true. It used to be called Coon cheese, and let's just now rename
I
it to
believe you.
Cheer, because you're going to cheer when it's on special, because it never normally is. And I buy like mozzarella slices, and then I go over to the service deli part and I buy
Yeah.
my deli meat and stuff like that. But what I do is I buy that the most, because when it is on special, I'll buy about 4 or 5 packets of it, the shit. Because every time I buy a block of it, it turns out thin, and then it ends up like a skate ramp. So
Mm.
not thin. So plus I haven't got the ability to be able to cut it as thin as I want it in a toasted sandwich. So I'll buy those, and then I'll make them all up and then put them in the freezer, or I'll make up 3 or 4, put them in the fridge in a Ziploc bag, and then have those for the next few days. I'll buy a few pre-made salads and stuff. And then by the time I go through the checkout, just for those few things, it's like $30. It's like,
Oh,
fucking hell.
please. Yeah, I went
It's
to
bullshit.
yeah, it's contact issue. I went
Are
to
you
a
okay?
grocery store. Yeah. It's just I rubbed my eye wrong and I forgot I had them in. And yeah, it's contacts. I'm getting used to them again. So last time I went to the grocery store,
Doesn't that make your eyes blurry when you put them on with your contacts?
no, because these are not prescription. These are magnifiers.
Oh, okay.
Because I still need magnification.
Your eye
So
okay?
I'm looking at chat now. I need a big magnifying glass, right, to hold it out here and go, oh yeah, there you are. It happens sometimes. If you're a contact wearer, you understand sometimes the edges.
I've always been told, yeah, I've been told that if I wear contacts, they'll have to be a hard lens, and I prefer like a soft lens. And I remember when I first got them, went to the hospital, picked them up because I have keratoconus. So I was like, okay. As soon as I walked out the door, one fell out,
Oh no.
and it was
Oh
like,
crap.
fuck.
Yeah, well
For
these are
me, it was very
soft.
upsetting.
Yeah, it would be, because I know they're not inexpensive. And you went through all that trouble to get the prescription, get it filled, and pick them up, and have the test and all that. Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, these are dailies. So if I put them in the morning, then I take them out at night. Pardon me. They're not to be worn. They should not be worn overnight. But
Yeah, because they can roll back to the back of your eye. It actually can, even if they're soft. The reason they don't recommend wearing them to sleep, like I can fall asleep during the day at a drop of a hat, so it's a good thing I wear glasses. But what happens is because if it goes to the back of your eye, are you okay?
yeah, it's just it's an issue. I'll deal with it.
Okay.
When I'm looking over here, just so you know, when I'm looking over here, I'm trying to see chat. When I'm looking over here, I'm looking at me. And when I'm looking up here, look, I'm looking at you.
You can't
So
see my face, though.
no, but I'm looking at the camera,
No,
so I'm
it's okay.
making eye contact with everybody.
I'm just making
And
sure you're okay because that eye's closing quite often and you're squeezing it
yep.
shut. And I'm just saying be very careful when you do that.
Oh,
Because when
this is not new to me. It's okay.
okay.
Thank you for your concern. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, because they say if you wear contacts when you go to sleep, whether they're soft or hard, they can actually roll and fall off your
That's
cornea
been a while.
and go to the
That,
back of your eye and actually cause it to split your retina. Soft or hard lenses can do that, so be very
and
fucking
I and I
careful. But
and
anyone who
I
wears
I
contacts.
and I appreciate that information. And I feel like that may have been a year or two ago when you got that information, because they've come such a long way.
Oh,
And
okay.
I know that when I open the little packet with each individual contact in it, it's concave, so it kind of, and it's very soft material, so it like goes on my eye, and it just naturally falls to that spot. Don't know why, don't know the magic in them, but it works.
Yeah,
And
mine were. Sorry.
I'm sorry. No, go
No,
ahead.
I was going to say because mine were made because I have a. I'm not sure if anyone's ever heard of the condition. It's called keratoconus, and it starts with a K. So before you start looking it up and everything like that, and typing it with a C, don't use a K. And it simply means that my eye is shaped like a cone, my cornea. So that means basically what happens is where Rosaline has a smooth cornea, mine bulges out and then drops down. So it looks like my cornea, you can't see it with the naked eye, but it's basically like my cornea has a constant teardrop with it because of the keratoconus. And when I had the corneal transplant, what happened is because I've been known to squint a lot, my cornea actually split. And then by the time I got the transplant, my cornea looked like a spider web because
Oh
of how many
yeah.
different splits and everything. And then, yeah, it was quite disgusting. But I had a corneal transplant, and then all these years later, I now have scar tissue on both
Oh,
eyes.
I'm sorry to hear that. Well, yeah, that would
Okay.
call for hard contacts.
Yeah.
But I
Well, the
remember
keratoconus is
when
what caused it, not the cornea itself splitting.
Well, I remember when my mother got her first pair of contacts, and they were hard lenses. And
Mm.
every now and then it was like, stop, don't move, I lost my contact. And we'd all get down on the floor. And yeah, these are so thin.
Uh,
If I drop one, it's like, oh God, where'd it go? Because I put my glasses on and try and look for it and everything. But 88 slices of cake is going off to sleep. So good night, Andy.
Night,
I'm just
Andy.
starting
Sweet
my
dreams,
day.
honey.
It was
Love
good
you,
to see you.
bro. I'll hopefully get that frame for you tomorrow and drop it off. If that's what you still want, message me offline, Andy, with what you want, the money or the fucking frame. Well, your money back, I should say. Because yeah, no, I just see it as that, like, lots of things out there, like having this eye issue. If I'm walking around at night, I'm fine, just not out in public.
Right.
Because one time I walked down a flight of stairs, misjudged, thinking there was the bottom of the staircase, and it wasn't.
God.
So I was like, fuck.
He says, please, the frame. You'll see it here in a minute.
Yep,
Well,
don't
listen,
worry.
and I know you've been on for like 3.5 hours. If you need to go, I get it. I need to get started with my day.
Well, if you need to get started with your day, it's okay. I want to try and get closer to my target, so
Which is?
162.50 to go, and then I can get it delivered, assembled, and the shed. So still a fair bit to go, but I'm actually, because the price originally for the shed was 195,
Right.
and then the assemble, yeah, it's gone down. The assembling was what was it? Sorry, let me think here. The assembling of it was 250, and delivery was going to cost about $50-$60. But now it's much less. It's about 315, and I'm going to be a total bitch and say I can put the 15 in it. That's fine, but I still need to make that little bit. I'm really generous with my own self, but you guys have to know is that I only have 2 weeks before I have my next but by the time I've got to get it done, because my next inspection's on the 19th of September. But because this particular shed is what do you call it, a discontinued line, I can't afford a bigger one because my housing manager's a bitch and won't let me get a bigger one. So this particular one, they're going to hold on to it for me until the 1st of September, and after that, they're going to sell it. So
That's really
yeah,
nice of them to do that. So,
exactly.
excuse me. So, bottom line this for me. How much do you actually need to complete what you want to do?
162.50.
That's all, not the extra 250.
Yeah. I've already raised a lot tonight and others from the before. So they've helped me raise that bit, but the bit that I need now is 162.50.
Is there? No, you're on your phone. Um, I want you to email me, rosalang360.gmail.com.
How am I supposed to remember all of that quick?
Yeah. Well, I could write it in chat, but you won't see it.
Okay, hang on. I've got to find my own name in chat. Messenger. Just give me one sec.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
I just don't want you to drop StreamYard because you're doing shit on your phone. Because that happens to
Rosa,
sometimes.
hang on. I've got to remember.
R
I've got to make sure. Oh, yeah, if you can. ROS.
A
And then
LENG.
ENG. Yep.
So, okay. 360
Yep.
at gmail.com. And you guys in chat are welcome to have that information too. And unfortunately, now you'll have to. No, you can leave this up if you wish. I'm not worried about people getting me email. But yeah, contact me. Let me know how far away you are after this live. And
Yep.
I have a friend that might be able to help you out.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Because people are like, oh, I can pay for it with a credit card over the phone or whatever. I'm like, the only way I'm getting this special deal is if I pay cash. That's the only fucking downfall. So,
Yeah, if that were the case, I probably would have done that for you from the get go and just had it done. Because credit is different, you know. I have no debt except my vehicle, and that's going to be
yeah.
done by the end of the year, and then I can retire. I can. Doesn't mean that I have to. Because over here they have something called Social Security income, which I've paid into all my working life.
Yes.
So it's not enough to cover all of the expenses I had at the time I began this job, but at this point, I'm getting the Social Security income as well as working,
Oh, wow.
and so I'm getting this extra money every month. That is what I'm going to have to live on when I retire. But in the meantime, I'm paying off all overhead, and it's such a good feeling to be able to. I never in my life thought I'd be debt free, and my God, it's so close that it's like, look at
Yeah.
me, I'm an adult. Oh my God, I did it.
It only took like 40 years, but hey.
Right? Quite a lot longer than that. But hey, we'll stop there. Pardon me. Oh my
No, I
goodness.
just think, like I said, I think you have a beautiful heart, Rosalie, and you've always been a good person to me, and you've always allowed me just to be me, and that's very rare to come across these days. So if anyone in here has an issue with Rosalie, guess what? You're going to have a problem with me. Because I
And
would
it may
not let
be,
any of you hurt her.
you're so sweet. Thank you so much.
It's okay,
But
darling.
no, I really appreciate it. And maybe in a couple of days, couple of weeks, whatever, letting a certain amount of time pass to convince myself that it's okay to come back in that people are still wanting to hear what I have to say. Because
Well, I always do, so you're always welcome here.
thank you. And the thing, what I was going to say is that I will bring my videos back. I will re-release my videos because there's wisdom in them. Whether I like to admit it or not, people are getting something from them. And to me, that
Exactly.
is so fulfilling. And at my particular age, it's really comforting to know that my my journey was not for nothing. Other
Yep.
people can learn from my journey and maybe even avoid getting stuck in places where I got stuck by
Exactly.
listening to my journeys. So I will probably re-release them here, maybe the top of the month
Yep.
after what we call Labor Day. because there's a huge camp out. And you know me and camping, right?
Oh, yes. Oh, and
So,
before you continue, yes, it's Rosaling's Journey, but guess what, guys? She does not play the band Journey at all. Okay? Yeah, continue.
it's yeah, not
I'm
at all.
sorry. I
No,
couldn't help myself with that.
Steve Perry maybe, but yeah, no.
I've got it now,
Another
Ink
time,
stuff.
another time, another place, maybe, wild and
Yeah.
young.
And when she feels like she just wants to really, really have her channel numbers go right down to nothing, she'll play the band Journey with Don't
Hey,
Stop.
yeah, Ink, you're so funny. Yeah, Ink, that's fine. That's fine. I just had to step away and prove to myself that it's not about views, it's not about subscribers, it's
Yep.
not about anything except planting seeds. I don't know if you guys know the parable of the seed sower. And one person comes along and sows the seeds, just throws the seeds
Yeah.
out there. Somebody else comes along and waters it. Somebody else comes along and harvests it, right?
Yep.
So when I'm sharing my journey and sorry, my life path, how about that? My experiences, when I'm sharing these things, I'm just kind of throwing seeds out there
Yeah.
for people to either grab or not. And it's not up to me how it gets received. It's up to me to share so that the right people hear the right thing at the right time, and maybe it helps them turn their life, and maybe it
Exactly.
doesn't. But that was my whole premise for the channel, and that it would give my kids, grandkids, great grandkids, maybe eventually, something
Yeah.
to look back on and see the history of their family.
Yeah. Well,
To
that's really
see,
beautiful that you want to do that. I think
well,
that's
I
why
don't.
Jet's mum created her channel as well, is because she wants something for Jet to look back on in years to come and go, oh my God, my mum was a dairy, or my mum was a fucking legend, or something,
Right.
You're not a dairy,
Exactly.
though, Jet's mum. I promise you, you're a sweetheart, and I miss talking to you too, doll.
I
Oh, that
understand. I
sounds so
appreciate it.
wrong.
No, but I got you. I got you. I understand.
Yeah.
Because even though we're not face to face, I hear your heart. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's being able to sense somebody's heart, to be able to sense their intention,
Yeah.
even when they have a smile on their face and they're looking at you and calling you a cunt. It's like, you know what? I see you more than you think you do, and bye-bye. I don't need this in my life.
Yeah.
That's an inside joke, nothing directed to you.
No, it's all
I
good,
get it.
doll.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. But I'll be honest with you, the incident that we're skirting around
Yeah.
was a little bit of a shock, but you know what?
Mhm.
I'm not on that path. I'm not in that
No.
head. So I have no idea what's really going on. But you know what? I did personally reach out for that person just before they blocked me and said, you know what? 70 times 7. I'm over here. Okay. When you're ready, I'm
Yeah.
good. And yeah, that's when they called me that lovely word. And it's like, okay, I see you're hurting, but I'm not the one that hurt you. And have a nice life. I really wish you success
Yeah,
because
I think I know who you're talking about
I'm sure
too.
you do. But the thing is, I don't I don't want to wish ill on anyone.
Neither
Uh,
do I.
that's not that's not who we are. It's not how,
Exactly.
as humans, it's not how we're supposed to go forward. At least in my belief system. And the only way that I'm going to make any headway in my individual life path is to help people in whatever
Exactly.
way that I am really able to, right? So the only way that anyone is going to actually move forward in a better life-changing way is to start being in service to others. It doesn't have to be a grand thing, but if I'm able to do it, it's kind of up to me. if
Exactly.
I want to be the change that I want to see in the world, and I have to be the
Exactly.
change first. So I encourage you all to do the same. And yeah, I have this big camp out,
That's all.
Labor Day, September 1st through the 5th. So after that, I will seriously look at opening up certain of my videos again, because I don't think I need to open the tarot ones again. I'm
Yeah.
not sure I'm going to revisit that because I got so much hate mail. Yeah, it's like, you know what? You don't know me. It's okay. Bye-bye. Aren't you sweet trying to stand on your soapbox? Oh, look at you being so brave and saying these horrible things that you
Just
think,
remember, boxes break, people.
right? Yep. And you had to get on
Uh,
the box to do it. You couldn't just come to me. And that's okay.
exactly. And I think that's really bad when people go through other ways of dealing with someone. Like if someone has an issue with me, there was a time when a creator did, and he went to one of my former mods, and it's like, well, talk to me. If you think I'm doing something on my panel I shouldn't be doing, address it to me. Don't go to this person or that person, because by the time it gets to me, it somehow loses its authenticity, so to speak. Whereas if you come to me straight away because you have the problem, you're like, it's stupid. And that's something I've always said to people. That's why I've even put my personal email into my about part, because if people do have an issue with me, they can directly contact me, or they can find me on Facebook, providing they find the right Tammy Wells.
Right? And they spell
You
it
know what
right.
It's just annoying as all batshit, but I try my hardest to make sure that anyone that's in my panel leaves with a good thought, and not something that is going to have them thinking, oh, I'm worried about Tammy. I try and leave it on a good note. Everyone's happy and no one's hurt or anything like that. I make sure everyone's okay. So I try my hardest to do that. It's just difficult at times because not everyone I'm friends with on Facebook. So if you do...
And I get that. I did put my channel link in the chat, but there's nothing there right now. Understand, there's nothing there. There's a lot, but it's all privatized right now. So we'll start releasing them as I see
thank
fit.
you, Ink. There's nothing there, honey.
No, but I had put it down there too because Ocean's Daughter wanted to subscribe.
Okay.
They wanted to
Please
show that.
subscribe to Rosalind, guys, for when she does come back, so then she's monetized, if she's
Oh,
not
yeah.
already.
That's not going to happen. And it's okay. Honestly, I wasn't ever looking to monetize. It was more of having a community page, the community where you could talk back and forth to your people,
Yeah.
and your friends and subscribers and all that. But if that doesn't happen, it's okay, because the whole thing is, I'm older, I've been through more crap in this life, and maybe something I've been through will help you from your vantage point. And
Yeah, exactly.
sometimes hearing it from a different person that you would never meet otherwise, sometimes hearing it from that person helps you to see it in a brand new way that you might not have ever thought of. So that's what I do. That's what I'm here for. So
Exactly. Like one of your life experiences could potentially stop someone turning to alcohol or turning to drugs as a way to ease that pain, because they see how you are now and you're great, you're happy and everything, and then you can actually inspire someone to take an alternative route to dealing with a problem that you have, but you dealt with it in a different way that didn't rely on drugs or alcohol. So that's like, you know what I mean? That's inspiring. I love that.
thank you. I've put in my time. I'm not talking from nothing. I've been in certain places and done certain things that I may not be very proud of, but if it helps someone in their path, on their path, then yeah, give a listen. But
Yeah.
and that's the
Well,
whole thing is I know that life can get really challenging, and none of us, including me, are free of the downward spiral, is what I call it, of depression or self-deprecation. And even when you see this happy face in front of you, there's darkness here as well, that if I'm not consciously mindful of almost everything I do and everything I say, then I can go downward spiral really fast because, oh my God, I said this on a live and so thought I meant this, and oh, now they're going to do this, and their decision is based on what they perceived, not what I said. And oh my God, what have I done?
it is a big nightmare when that happens, and so I always say, don't do as I say, don't do as I do, just take what you can and go with the flow. Don't let things get to the stage where you're going to rely on someone else to solve your problem, but just know that people are here to give you advice on how to deal with it the best way they know how. That doesn't necessarily mean you do it that way and you're going to come out, shining like a new penny or dollar coin or whatever. It doesn't mean anything like that. It simply means that this is how Rosaline did it. That doesn't mean it's going to work for you, but there might be something in there that
Exactly.
can help you and help you good. But, you know, don't be too harsh on her if she doesn't have the answers that you need, you know, but
And
she
I'm
has
not
a
afraid to
listening
say
ear.
those things. I'm not afraid to say
Exactly.
those things live.
Exactly. You're always welcome on my panel too, Dove.
Thank you, sweetie. I really appreciate it. I really do.
And promise me
Um,
one thing. When you do relaunch your channel and I'm live at any point, you come up and you let everybody know.
okay, I shall. I promise you I will.
Yay! And if you
'Cause
can, in the private chat, tell me what you want me to email you because I've forgotten already. I've
no
got
worries.
your email,
No worries,
but
because I
just so
took
that I
that
know
down
what to
too.
send and what to. Yeah.
I'm working on
I'm,
it, and I'm putting it in caps.
I'm
Does
sorry.
not mean
Yeah,
you
no,
have to
that's
put it in
easier for me
caps.
to read.
Okay.
No, it's just fine. It's just so that way I can read it better because capitals are easier for me to read these days because of the scar tissue. Whereas if it's in small print, I'm there like, okay, I'm going to try and read this message and I can't.
Right. Well, you can always expand it as well.
Thank you, doll.
You're welcome. And there you go.
Thank
So,
you.
hey, Ink, I want to address something Ink is saying in chat, if you don't mind. She
Yeah,
says,
go for it.
I know the one that has entered my life and isn't welcome has done a lot to me, but has run my name in the ground and bashed my name only because I broke away from that mess. Well, Ink, I wanna put a link up here, Tammy, if you don't mind, to Localmize video on the 4 agreements, and
Go for it.
I want you to think about watching this. It may be an hour, if I can find it. It may be an hour long, but
You're a
it's
mod in my
helpful.
chat, aren't you?
I don't know. No, not at this
Oh,
point.
well, while you try looking for that, I'll quickly make you a mod and that way
Okay.
it will come up highlighted. Is that all right?
Yeah. Because if I'm not a mod, um,
You can't click
if
on
I'm
it.
right, well,
All right, I'll
here's a
quickly
little
do that
heart
now.
for
Give
you.
me a sec. Give me
Yeah.
one sec. Still hear me? I don't know if you can.
Yeah. So, Ink, I don't know what to tell you right offhand.
Where is
in,
lovely chat?
my intuition is telling me that you've done the right thing, and
Oh, load.
they don't know you. And part of the
Where is she?
part
Rosalind,
of
if you
the
can still hear
journey.
me, can you just do a letter in? Oh, no, I found you. It's all right. It's all good.
Excellent.
You are now a mod, Rosalind. Okay, can you
Excellent.
still
I
hear
think
me?
it may take a minute. I can. Can you hear
Nope.
me?
I have to now.
Oh no. Well, I think she'll be back in a minute. Oh well. What I was going to say is, I'm going to paste this in here. I don't see me being a. Oh, there it is. Okay, Ink and anyone else, if you want to click on that when Tammy's done or in your leisure, and just kind of peruse that video. Localmine's got a lot of wisdom, and this may or may not help. Welcome back. Look at you.
Sorry about that. I kicked
You
myself
figured
out.
it out. No, thank you for modding me. I appreciate the trust.
Oh, no, I'm glad. Oh, no, don't. Hang on a second. I've got to check something. I think you might have to type that thing again. Hang on. Yep. You're going
I
to have to
see
type
this.
what you. Yeah, you sent it to me in private chat on here, and because I kicked myself out, it's gone.
Oh, okay. No worries. Let me just put it here again.
I'm sorry.
No, honey,
And you're
you're
very
fine.
welcome. I'm glad and honored to have you as mod on my channel, and there we go. That's how I recognize you. No, but I find out, like, you know, when you get used to someone, like, for example, everyone knows me now that I'm a blonde, but yeah, if I was to say dye my hair purple, no one would recognize me.
I
I would.
totally get it. Because when I had my hair down for Cantina last night, they're like, oh, what did you do to your hair? I said, absolutely nothing. Just put a lot of product in it and let it do its condition. Oh my God, your hair's so good. Yeah, whatever. Thank you. I mean, thank you. Okay, I'm typing it in again. Do you want me to put it into chat? There it is. Can you see that?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Thank you. But what do you want me to put in the email? That's what I meant. I've got your email.
Oh, fuck. I don't know. I forgot what we were talking about. Anybody? Anybody?
Yeah, can anyone help us?
We were going to if you had StreamYard, if you were on a laptop or a computer, I can pull up my StreamYard and
You can still do that. I can
share
still share the
screen.
screen. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
share a screen. You just
Okay.
have to open up a different, like, connect to StreamYard that way. If you put up something, I can share a screen
Okay.
from
Well, the
your
thing
end.
is, I
By
was going to do this with you off the screen. In other
Oh,
words,
yeah. Yep.
I want to get with you to find a time where we can do this together, so that
Mhm.
oh yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, see, now you can't see my eyes. It hides so much. It's wonderful. Um, so
I
that
can
we can
end the
do
live
some.
and we can talk backstage if you want.
Well, that's not fair to Ocean and Ink, but I'm just saying. And I have to get about my day. You have to get up. I'm supposed to be somewhere in a half hour. No, an
Okay.
hour. So I have to get
All
ready
right.
within the next 30 minutes. So
Is
I
there
really just
anyone in chat? Here's an idea. Is anyone in chat friends with Rosalind on Facebook? Because if they are, can they please send me the link to her
here. I'm
Facebook?
I'm
I
putting
can't,
that
because then that
in.
way I can click on that. I don't think I can click on it if I'm back. If it's in private chat though.
No, but I am giving you the name under which the Facebook can be found in chat.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, please do that. Yeah, awesome. I can then find that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
because I don't
Yep.
normally the Rosling 360 Facebook. I think I
Yep.
deleted it because I just got pissed one day.
Well,
I don't
I'm
need you
hoping I can
freaking
find you.
people. You kids get off my lawn. Just go. Need it. Get away.
Oh, no, that's right. Rosalind has to go about her day, and because it's now like 1:02 a.m., I do need to get some sleep soon.
There
So,
you go. Well, I'm glad I caught you live.
yes,
It's
I am
always a joy.
too.
And yeah,
Oh,
I will. I
you're an
will.
awesome person to be on panel with, and I'm very honored.
Thank you. So as am I. So I appreciate you. I appreciate your folks in chat, and look for me after September
Yes,
5th. I will
yes,
start releasing slowly certain videos that I think may be helpful. And if I get views, great. If I don't, but the thing is, the people that are meant to will see it. And
exactly.
that's the faith that I carry. So I will jump down. Love you guys in
Yep.
chat. Tammy, thank you so much. This was so fun.
Oh,
Take care of yourself,
anytime,
baby.
sweetheart.
Okay,
Take care, honey.
bye-bye.
Bye bye. And that was Rosalind. Oh, that was awesome. I'm sorry if I was being rude and not talking to chat once again. I do apologize. But I am gonna wrap this up because I have been going for almost 4 hours, guys. And I appreciate every one of you. Just like Rosalind said, you're all amazing and I love you all. Thank you all so much for how can I put it? For being part of my world. And for those who have helped me, thank you so much. Thank you, Ink. Thank you so much for those who donated tonight. I really do appreciate it. Please know if you do wish to donate in the future, I have until the 1st of September. So please think about that before you think that tonight was all about raising money. It was, excuse me, it wasn't. Rosalind is one of the people that I do treasure on YouTube. I'll be honest with you, there's a lot. I can't mention them all, but there's a few that I do admire. Rosalind is, how can I put it? If you're in a vulnerable state, she will help you, so to speak, in a way that she will not judge you and she won't speak harshly to you. Her voice is so calming and relaxing. It's unflippin' real. And I'm very, like I said, I'm very privileged to be able to call her a dear friend. But on that note, guys, I appreciate everyone that came up on panel tonight. Kelly and Rosalind, as you all just saw. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Thank you, Ink. Thank you, Ocean's Daughter, for being here and your donation. I appreciate it, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Oh, okay, Rosalind. Thank you. I was thinking, what do I need to email you about? I'll add you on Facebook and I'll send it to you that way, honey, if that's okay. Yeah, so at the end of the day, please, if you can help, please do. If you can't, that's fine too. Just tune into my next live and enjoy the show. And hopefully I will find a way to get a few more people up here on panel. Rosalind is a hoot and she is adorable. And I had no idea how big her eyes were, guys. And they're beautiful, 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 big big brown, whatever her color eyes are. My eyes are fucked, so I can't tell what color eyes she has. But she has big, beautiful eyes. All right, guys. Love to you all. Stay safe. Be good to yourself and people you care about. If you do have someone in your life that needs someone to talk to, please try and be that person and try not to judge them too harshly, whatever they come to you with. And until next time, love to you all. And as I always say at the end of each of my lives, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye.